travels quickly.
Brisbane Airport, getting ready to get out of Dodge. Bangers. Just landed in Melbourne.
He has purpose.
I'm in Nana Plaza.
I want you badly! Honey! Honey, honey, honey! Gay men.
He comes over water. He travels with others.
Where's your wallet, fucker horn? Hey Mark, it's really great to see you. How's the tour going there?
He will oppose.
QR's got no one to blame except themselves.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
He brings violence and destruction.
Last night, busted my fence. I nearly died. You nasty, vicious, foul-mouthed, spinal fuckers! Are you okay? Yeah. $50 soda water shower. No, thank you. I kiss you everywhere. I give you service. I kiss you everywhere. No thanks. For you. Come on.
See you later.
Hey, we got JB in the house.
Hey.
How's it going?
Going good. I love that part. I think I already told you. I love that part. I don't know why. It reminds me of like what was that movie? With Vince Vaughn and
you know I don't watch movies, right?
yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to think. I'm not asking you. I'm trying to think of myself. Old school. Where's your wallet, sucker horn? Oh my god, that is awesome. That's an awesome clip.
How's everything going? It's been a long time no speak.
It's been a long time, my friend.
Yeah. You know what I did? I downloaded some content for you boys because everyone's been asking.
Nice.
We need some fucking content from the Thailand trip.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I managed to get a little bit. I'll try and get some more.
Okay, good.
To give people some more insights. And this is the Double Happiness Live Lounge, chilling in the Archieverse.
Yes. Double happiness.
Yeah, it's the weekend, right? We need some
That's
Archieverse on the weekend.
We need to chillax, relax, and just enjoy the weekend.
And we got
No
Patel
drama
for
free.
He's pinned the link. Thank you so much, Patel,
Nice.
for pinning the link.
Thanks.
We got the Risky Weeper. I love the Risky Reaper. I wish he would come on more.
You know what? I feel like there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's a little bit of drama circling the Whiskey Reaper.
Oh, what's that?
And I don't understand. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why. I like the Whiskey Reaper. I don't know why it's circling.
What's the drama? I don't know the drama. What is it? Tell me.
I don't know. There's a few people talking shit about him. I don't know. I just I think he's a good guy. I don't know.
I think he's a good guy. I don't know what this drama is, but he's been cool to me. He's always been good to me. He's always got nice comments. He says, "Happy Saturday,
agreed.
Playboys."
Yeah, exactly.
Lucas P is in the house. He says, "Overtime." Yeah, overtime. I don't know if it's is it overtime. I don't know. We just want to keep it going. We want to keep the Archieverse going.
Full time.
You know, if Marcelo can do
Not overtime, full time.
If Marshmallow can do 24-hour for Archieverse, no, fuck, I can't even talk. If Marshmallow can do 24-hour all the time, then why the fuck can't we?
That's right. Well, it's funny you say that. So I told Marcelo, like, consistency is key. And we were talking on the last show about this, like, about Arch, how no matter what,
yes,
give an hour, take an hour, he's there, right? Regardless if it's good content or okay content, he's there, right?
Yeah.
And you got to respect that a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've been telling Marcelo, like, look, dude, I understand you run a restaurant. I understand this is second income for you. However, plan your streams consistently. Because once you do that, then just like me, for me, example for you, in my time zone, 10:30 in the morning is the Lux show, 10:30 at night is the Archie show. Now, Sometimes it's 11, 11:30, depends if he's on in Brisbane. However, typically that's it, right? 10:30, 10:30, right?
Yeah,
Two
yeah, yeah,
typical times that I can count on that you guys are going to be on.
yeah.
Short of some exaggerated issue or something like that, right?
Or
And
some
I told, yeah,
random
yeah, yeah.
horology dungeon or whatever.
Yes, 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 yes. And I told Marceau that. I'm like, look, dude. He's like, oh, so they got people in the shop. And I'm like, dude, then plan an hour ahead. Plan 2 hours ahead. Who cares? Do it off times of Archie's time slots. And
Yeah,
make
why
sure
doesn't he
you
do
can.
it when the restaurant's not open, like in the middle of the day or something, right?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. If you want
Yeah.
to do extra, like, for example, if you want to do, if your time, let's say for me, like I said, it's 10:30 and 10:30. Those are two time slots: 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 in the evening. Typically, when Archer's in Brisbane, that's the way it is: 10:30 in the morning for you, 10:30 in the evening for Arch. One in my time slot, in my time zone, I should say. Um, if Marcelo does it outside of those time zones, and he wants to do a little extra, like okay, film, and I've told him this: film time slots of you taking care of patrons, etc., outside of those time slots, leading up to your main show when you can actually speak, go ahead and do that. But for for you to do and mark a time slot, and then right before that time slot, postpone it an hour, 2 hours later, it's not working in your favor, bro. Like so, for me, for example, today after lunch, his original show was supposed to be 1:30. 1:30 came and gone, he was postponing it. Well, now I'm going to take a nap. Fuck it. I'm going to take a nap. By the time I woke up, the show had come and gone. It was 55 minutes or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, consistency is key.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I understand when Arch, and I know people say, "Oh, he's a simp." First of all, I don't think most of these motherfuckers in the audience even understand what a simp is. Fuck. If you're speaking your mind, you're not a simp, motherfuckers. Remember that shit.
Hmm.
However, he is constantly, like I said, outside of being, going overseas or traveling, he's within his range. But typically, if he's in Brisbane, it's 10:30 in my time zone. 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 at night. And he, no matter what, always shows up for your show a little bit, and
Yeah,
obviously for the night show. For me, it's the night show.
yeah, yeah,
It's consistent. You can count on that. That's the way it is,
yeah, yeah.
and there's something to be said about that. And I think in that way, Arch is not stupid. He knows this. That's why he constantly does it. No one's gonna take his time slot, like he says. But at the same time, you can count on that as a person that's running around. For me, like I was saying on the earlier show, I run around a lot. But I can count on those time slots. I know those time slots. If I can't make it, then I know I can't make it. But if not, I know I can count on the 10:30 time slot in the morning, and typically 10:30 at night. Obviously, if he's traveling, it could be 11 at night or 11:30 at night. And, and that's the thing with most YouTubers, Marcelo included, including with Nick when he was doing his shows, it's not consistent, and that's the problem. We're creatures of habit.
True, that is true. We are creatures of habit. Very, very true. So, yeah. I mean, it's up to him at the end of the day. It's up to him. This video got lined up here. This was because Jamie was the only guy. This was already planned for like 2-3 weeks before the Thailand trip, and I sent everyone the schedule of because Jamie wanted like a plan, like day one, what are we gonna do? Day two, what's the ideas? Day three, blah blah blah. So this was already in it, and it was gonna be me, Jamie, Mental Jock, Dodger. Who else? The wife in the car going to out of Bangkok and taking the boys to see some stuff outside of Bangkok, right? Because Bangkok is just shopping malls, luxury. It's just the same old, right? Don't you want to see some culture or see some sights and stuff like that?
Yep.
So this video is part of the floating market. It's kind of a touristy destination, but
No, tell us that. What does a floating market mean?
Let me show you. I'll show you a floating market. Floating market, Thailand. So a floating market looks something like this. Let me share the screen. Share. Here we go. Something like this. Because Bangkok and
wow. Okay.
Bangkok has a lot of rivers and canals.
Wow. Literally a floating market.
Literally a floating market.
Fuck.
So Bangkok has hundreds and hundreds of canals, and traditionally.
Wow, I didn't even know that, dude.
Yeah, I think it's on like par with Venice or something like that. It's pretty insane.
Sure. I didn't even know that. Wow. Okay.
So back in the days, like a few 100 years ago, 50 years ago, people would trade on these waterways.
Canals.
Yeah. Canals. And you'd buy your vegetables and all that kind of stuff. But now it's kind of a tourist attraction.
Wow.
So
literally a floating market. Literally.
Yeah, I'll show you some more pictures. These are the kind of stuff you can buy.
So how do people get into those? I mean, it's there. It's in the middle of the canals. How do people that are walking there buy those things?
Well, in the touristy kind of one, you can kind of stand on the side, in this side walkway, and
they pull up.
Yeah, and they say, "Hey, do you want to buy some bananas, or do you want to buy this, or do you want to buy that?"
Okay.
But you could also
crazy. I didn't know that.
You could also do it where you're in the boat and just run. You're just like in the boat.
So if you're in the boat, kind of riding through, you can pull up and say, "Hey, let me." Okay.
I want to buy some bananas.
A nice that should be an amazing experience. Sure.
Yeah. So at this floating market, the one that we went to is just like a tourist attraction, and they had some traditional dancing, and like Thailand and Myanmar, they had a big war together, and Thailand won the war. But during this war, loads of people died. The Burmese destroyed a lot of the infrastructure and temples and things like that. And this lady here, who's going to show like a reenactment of some of the fightings, her great grandparents were actually in that war fighting with the Burmese.
So what year would this be? Do you know what year this would be?
Let me double check. Thailand Burmese War, 1765 to 1767.
Holy shit, man!
And
I mean, this is cool. This is history that I think most Westerners don't know about. So to me, at least, I don't know anything about this. So I'm interested for sure. Yeah, this is awesome.
So I'll show you some paintings and pictures of the war. Here you go. So you got the elephants, you got the fighters. This is like a
1700s. That's crazy, dude.
So they literally use the elephants to fight each other, and it's a historic war.
Wow.
And this, did you know that Thailand didn't used to be called Thailand? It used to be called Siam.
Huh. No, I didn't.
Siam.
I know. I've noticed that a lot of the, and not to be disrespectful, but the more naturally unstable countries is what I feel. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm. They change names. They change names a lot.
Yes.
Whether it's the capital cities, typically it's the capital cities, but Sometimes could even be the countries, but typically it's the capital cities. Is that correct, Lux?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay.
So the country of Siam used to take over parts of Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos,
Okay.
and used to be a lot bigger.
Wow.
You
So
can see here,
CM with an M, CM, or
yes,
CN with an N? CM.
SIAM, SIAM,
Okay, I see it there. Okay. Okay. Wow.
and you have the French controlling and the British
Yeah, I see the
controlling
flags
different
there.
countries. Yeah, and the country of Siam or Thailand was one of the only countries that have never been taken over by the French or the British or the
Wow.
Portuguese or the
Yeah,
Spanish
yeah.
or anything like that.
You know, it's funny you say that because, like, okay, so France, England, Germany, British, whatever. I mean, Portugal is the smallest country of them all,
Yeah,
and you look at what they conquered um, early on in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s on. It's crazy how such a small country conquered so much, and it's bizarre to me, like, because coming from America, it's the biggest country. The bigger you are, the better you are, the more you control, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, in between air quotes. Um, but it's funny to me how Portugal is such a small. I mean, Portugal is basically the size of New Jersey in America,
yeah,
um, and that's just a tenth, not even a tenth, a quarter, not even a quarter. I don't even know what size that would be. It's one of the smallest states in the country in America, and how they were able to accomplish through their naval endeavors and persecution. I mean, America did a lot of. I mean, Portugal did a lot of bad. Don't get me wrong; they did a lot of bad um, in Africa, in India, in Macau, in Brazil. Um, you know, they did a lot of bad, but how were they able to do it in such a small country? It's bizarre to me. I mean, not only to me, I'm sure a lot of people think the same way. It's small.
yeah. Because if you look at like the UK, right? The UK I thought was pretty small, but it's humongous compared to
Look
the
at
size of
Portugal, dude.
Portugal, right?
Right. I
Like
mean, look at that.
if I zoom out, like
It's
look at the
crazy.
United Kingdom compared to that
Right.
tiny little part of
It's great.
Portugal.
It's crazy, dude. Like, how did a small country in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1900s even accomplish what they did from a naval aspect? All of it was naval, first off. How did they do that? Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, I mean, obviously it's written in history, right? And I know a lot of that history. Not that I remember, I learned it. I didn't mean I remembered it. But it's bizarre how such a small country was able to accomplish a lot.
Was
Uh,
Portugal ever bigger? Was it because obviously this is a modern map?
no, always the
Was
same
it
size, bro.
always the same? It's always been the same size.
Always the same size. Always the same size. That's what's crazy.
Well, what's the population of Portugal? Do you know?
10 million eight registered
Oh, there you
thereabouts.
go.
We just had our elections.
There you go. You're right. 10 point something million.
Yeah, we just had our elections. It was about 10 internationally with international. So 10.3 in the motherland, if you will. 10.8.
You know what's crazy?
International.
You see 10.3 or whatever, the 10 point something million, right?
Yeah.
Because that was 2021.
Yep.
You know what? Do you know what the population of Bangkok is?
No.
11.2.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy to think about that, right? Think about that. I mean, think
Bangkok
about
City
now.
has more people than Portugal, the whole country.
Correct. Now we're not talking about right now, right? We're not talking about right now. But however, 300 years ago, they were a dominant power in colonizing different parts of the world, and it's like a small itty bitty country. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
It's the same as the UK in a way. Like the UK is quite small, right? And how much how much of an
Well,
empire
the UK, the same thing with the UK though. They had first of all, they were the powerhouse in Europe. They had a lot of different colonies, right? A lot in the Caribbean and stuff like that. But Portugal had their share fare. Like I said, they had Mozambique, they had Goa, they had Guinea, they had Macau, they had Brazil, they had. I mean, you go on, and it's like, how did a little ass itty bitty country accomplish that? And a lot of that had to do with, I guess, at the time during this run, there weren't a lot of countries that were sailing the way Portugal and Spain were. So Portugal and Spain were becoming the dominant countries of colonizing, and then England and some even in Italy. It's crazy to think about it nowadays. You look at history, and it's funny because you learn all this in school, right? But me being 46 years old, now I'm helping my son study in school in history, and I love history. But it's funny how American history teaches you differently than the rest of the world. It's
Okay.
funny how that works. Now, it could be part of it. I don't remember because it was so long ago and I didn't give a shit at the time. I love history. I've always loved history. But you look back now and you're like, wow, this small ass country accomplished a lot. Even though now, when people are thinking about, I mean, there's other YouTube channels now that have other guests and not watch related, obviously. When they start to think about, hey, I have a little money, I want to get out of the US. I don't like the way the US is, the direction of the US. Where am I going to go? And some of those countries, top 4 or 5 is Portugal.
Okay.
And one of the reasons for that is because they're not in direct conflict of any type of war or any type of takeover from any other country because we're so small that no one's interested in us. However, we do a lot for expats. We do a lot for tourism.
Okay.
So it's one of those where if you don't know, you don't know. When you're here, and especially for me, now that I am here permanently, like I said, I used to come here and work on my grandparents' farms. I used to live in the city in America, in New Jersey, and my parents used to send me every year from 8 years old all the way up to 17. Every year I came to Portugal to work on my grandparents' farm because we did live in the city, and they wanted to teach me how diversity of expanding your mindset would be, and so that was the safest thing for them. So I used to come to my grandparents' farm every year and work on the grandparents' farm. And ultimately, that's what made me come back here. I mean, just that type of influence. So it's kind of crazy when you start to think about it and you start looking at the logistics of Europe, of Portugal, and the size of it, and what they accomplished 200-300 years ago. It's kind of it wouldn't happen today, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I'll just play this. This is one of the videos. Let me play this. This is the lady that I was speaking about. Her grandparents were involved in that war, and this is some of the rituals and the fightings, and you can get an idea of what it was like. And don't ask me to translate because I haven't got a clue what he's saying.
จงประสบแต่ความสำเร็จและก็สำเร็จสมอย่างใจปรารถนา
Don't you like the movements?
Yeah, for sure.
จงมีความสุขและแข็งแรงตลอดปีและตลอดไปด้วยเถิดสาธุสาธุสาธุนิพพัตโยโหตุ ขอบารมีจงส่งเสริมแก่พ่อแม่พี่น้องและผู้เกียรติที่รับชมการแสดงอยู่ในขณะนี้และพี่น้องชาวไทยทุกคนครับและ เป็นการขอพรจากสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์ในครั้งนี้เธอมีชื่อว่าน้องฟ้าสาวแก่งจากอำเภอเสนาครับลูกหลานนักรบนะครับใน
Where's this from again, Lux?
You mean the area that I took him?
Yeah, the performance here.
This is in Ayutthaya, which is the old capital city, and the performance that she's doing is related to the Burmese war, I believe.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is basically in Ayutthaya, which is the old capital city, and now it's Bangkok is the current capital city.
Gotcha.
And then there's another video where they reenact some of the fighting. I'll show you that one. 1 second. I think I got it somewhere. Okay, here we go. Sharing the screen. Share.
จะต้องแข่งของเราไม่เคยยอมในใจที่ทำตัวแทนนะครับนักรบหญิงของเรา
Hey, could you do any martial arts or anything?
No. My son is in it's not even karate. I forgot what it's called. I call it karate because I'm American, but
Jiu-jitsu
it's a form.
or...
No, it's a form of karate, but it's a version of karate that comes actually from Japan. Because sometimes they have a Japanese instructor come here like twice a year,
Okay.
To give some extracurricular activities. But I forgot. But
Okay.
the point is like, yeah. 521 Taipei. So I've said this many times, but I was born in Newark, New Jersey, so Essex County. He's asking what county, but most of my most of the years I lived in America, my livelihood growing up was in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which is Union County. And then with the job I had with medical distribution, I started moving all over the country. So I was all over after that. But up to 23 years old, I lived in New Jersey, and then after that, I traveled a lot with the company. So, yeah.
I love Gangster Gary's comment. Why would anyone want to watch this crap when they could just stay in their hotel room?
Right. Why would that be?
This is only part of it. We went to. We've already shown before. I got a better video of the elephants and the boat rides and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah.
Look, man, like I said in the earlier show, I mean, look, I've lashed out before. I've had my moments because I care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have my moments. Obviously, I want to pursue my entertainment. Just like Gary, I think is the same way. But at the end of the day, dude, it doesn't work with him. I mean, you can only push so much. You know, when you have it's a funny thing to say in comparison. When you have kids, you start to realize you can only, and they get older, you can only push so much. If you continue to push, you're going to alienate them. Do we want to alienate them? No, we don't. We want the constant. The constant is Arch. All the fringe different channels don't have the constant. That's the problem or the plus, right? Like, that's just the way it is. I can count on being, like I told you before, 10:30 at night, 10:30 in the morning. I can count on that. Consistency. All the fringe accounts, you can't. The channels are up and down. Like, for example, today, Marcelo, I said it. And I have a soft spot for Marcelo. I've always said this. He jumped on 2 hours later than what he was scheduled for. Because he was tired, because he was drunk. Well, what the fuck, dude? How do you expect to have constant? Well, then I fell asleep in my time zone, which is after lunch. I fell asleep. By the time I woke up, he was only on for 55 minutes. Well, what the fuck do you want? Why he didn't continue? Because he didn't have people jump on, and he didn't have people really super chatting. Well, then that's your problem. I mean, it's just the bottom line. I mean, and that's the thing with Arch. He's the constant. Whether it's
Yeah.
your channel Lux and
Archie
what you
says to
host
me, even if
for
there's no
Arch,
super chats, it's not the end of the world, because you get ups and you get
yeah,
downs, right? It's you're never gonna get major super chat shows every fucking day, right?
absolutely,
It
absolutely.
depends on the time of the year, the time of the month,
The
the day
time
of
of the
the
year,
week.
the days,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know what? Look. I feel, and I'm going to tell you, me personally, I feel less obligated, good or bad. This is just my mindset. I feel less obligated to super chat the more I'm on the channel. My mind is as more as I am, and not just me, because I've heard this from other people. The more I'm on the stream publicly, the less I am going to super chat, because my time is money, and if I'm giving my time, then
Yeah.
that's the equivalency of money. I mean, good or bad, that's the way you feel. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're putting your time and your effort as well, and you're putting
Yeah.
you're giving content as well, right? So
Yeah, you get scrutiny, you get you say the wrong thing, people, yeah, I mean, you know.
yeah,
Well,
dude,
the
all
funny
I
part
need to
is
do is wear the
we
wrong
get
T-shirt, and people go crazy at me
right.
for a week. Dude, I've
Right.
never seen
Wear
so
the
much
wrong
fucking
polo, you're
content.
fucked. Wear the wrong
I've,
polo, you're fucked.
I've never seen so much content over a fucking polo shirt. Jesus Christ!
Isn't it
Even
awesome though when you take a step back? You take a step
Blondie
back.
of all people is doing a fucking
Think
live
about
stream
this.
about Lux's polo
Lux.
shirts.
Lux, think about this for a second. Take a step back. Take a step back. Take yourself out of the equation and you think
Yeah,
about how simple some of this stuff is to
yeah,
entertain. So I'm gonna give you a quick example, and this may be boring for some folks, but I'm gonna give you. I always talk about this because it's the best thing ever. So Japanese Toyota, they had a philosophy of lean, which is a manufacturing philosophy, which a lot of American companies adapted to that type of uh, mindset and adaptation of manufacturing. Okay. And so when I was in the medical industry, we started to take on the Japanese way of thinking of manufacturing, which was lean, LEAN, which is cutting out the fat, thinking about less steps all the time, clocking that shit, et cetera, et cetera. And so when that first came on, and I'm talking about maybe 15 years ago, no, more than that, about 20 years ago, 20 years ago. It's funny because a lot, who gets that information first are the presidents, then the vice presidents, and then it starts to trickle down. And so the vice president of our region came to our shop, if you will, and said, okay, this is what we're doing. They taught us about lean and taught us about how to do certain things, et cetera, et cetera. And so one of the objectives was to watch a person who used to pack our boxes and make it more lean, if you will, so that they spend less time in movements and steps to make them more efficient so they process more. Okay, so we're watching, right? We're watching. We make, this is a good example for business, right? We make all these changes. We go back to the drawing board. We go back to the conference room. And us smart guys, in air quotes, me included, in air quotes, smart guys, decide what's best for this individual that packs our boxes. And then we come back the next day and show him what is the best steps for him. And we're there explaining and mapping out what we spent hours on doing. And this guy came to me and was like, my name was JB even at the time. JB, I don't want to say anything to the higher ups, but in reality, I just want to have a staple gun that's full of staples all the time.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's the hardest thing in my job is I'm constantly looking for a staple gun. And I'm like, what the fuck? So here we are, the smart guys, in air quotes, trying to make this guy's job better, and all we're doing is fucking shit up. The bottom
Yeah.
line is listen to your people. Listen to your people. They will give you the answers of what
Yeah.
you need to help them with. And to me, that was a learning lesson for sure in my career. But it was funny how simple that was for us to create this whole humbug of, bringing flying people in and doing all these things. And it was like, seriously, this guy, all he wants is to make sure his stapler never walks away. That's it. That's the best thing for him. And that's the easiest thing and the best thing for him. And here we are trying to solve world peace with no need. And that shows you corporate America, right? Like, so it's crazy when you start to think about it. And so sometimes when I think about things and I do certain things, I think about what's the simplest form. We don't need to complicate it. So sometimes when we criticize Arch, and I criticize Arch, I'm pointing on my chest right now. I criticize Arch a lot. Sometimes it's asking the person what they really want. What do you want? That's a conversation the other day when I was like, dude, if this is really a vacation, just say to the punter, this is a vacation for you. Don't lead them off and then criticize for it. You can never get criticized. You could get criticized, but you don't give a shit after you announce it. Right? So when you say, listen, this is, yes, I'm going to Lux's wedding. Yes, I'm going there. However, I'm also going to be there for 3 weeks, and this is part-time, a vacation for me. That's it. And when someone says, hey, you're not doing anything, you can say, well, I told you it's a fucking vacation for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah.
So this is what he missed out on from being stuck in his hotel room. The elephants taking a shower, taking a bath in the river. How cool is that? No tourists around, just me, Jamie,
that's awesome.
and the wife. No tourists.
So let me ask you a question, because I feel like Portugal is like this. America is not like this, and that's really the two countries that are really lived in that I know for sure. When you're visiting, how can I say, tourist areas, wild areas. I'm not talking about cities. I'm talking about wild areas, right? Like the coast or the jungle or whatever. In Portugal, there's no barriers. It's just signs saying, be careful. You're at your own risk, right? In America, there'd be borders everywhere. There'd be fences. There'd be chain, you can't even...
If you get killed, you get fucking killed. It's your own fault, right? If you get trampled on, you get trampled on.
Right. In America, someone's suing you. Outside of America, it's like, look, we told you, go fuck yourself. It's your problem.
Yeah.
Is that the same way in Thailand? And
in Thailand, it's basically if you don't use your own fucking brain, that's your problem.
Yeah. Same thing with Portugal for the most part. And that I would probably, I'm not going to say all of Europe for sure, but in Portugal, I mean, there's a lot of, I live on the coast, and there's a lot of coastal cities that are, steps that are made of natural cut stones and stuff like that. And I tell this to my wife all the time, you see this area right here? This would be roped off, chained off. You wouldn't even be allowed to get near this if it was in America. Obviously, in Europe, it's different, and the rest of the country. So, and I think a lot of that has to do with being sued. I mean, America's big for being sued. You get sued for everything. So.
Yeah, imagine I fell over the edge of this boat. I couldn't sue the boat owner and say, why is there no barrier to stop me falling over the edge of the boat?
Or the elephant came onto your boat, like I've seen before, where the trunk is coming in and slaps you in the face, or takes something from you, takes your phone from their trunk, dips it in the water. I mean, in America, you're suing somebody. I'm straight up. I mean, it's just the way it is. When I lived in New Jersey and we had tons of snow all the time, and we lived in the city, not the suburbs, not the rural areas, we had to constantly keep our sidewalks and driveways clean, not because of us, but more because if someone slips and falls, you're getting fucked. You can lose your house. I mean, this is just the way it is in America. When I lived in the rural parts of Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, it's less about that. North Carolina gets very little snow, but Virginia, West Virginia, I lived in rural areas. There isn't big cities necessarily towards the top of the country of the states, and it was less about that. So
I actually, that's one thing I love about Asia. People are going to criticize me for what I'm about to say, but it is what
go
it
ahead,
is.
shoot.
If you don't wear your seatbelt, you don't wear your seatbelt. It's your own fucking problem.
Exactly.
If you crash the car and your head goes straight through the fucking window, right?
Exactly.
That's your own fucking fault.
But if okay, so let me ask you this: does a cop stop you over for that and pull you over and give you a ticket if you're caught not driving with a seatbelt?
I mean, if they really wanted to, they could, but in general, they don't really
But
give a fuck.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
funny. So yesterday I was in Lisbon, which is the capital of Portugal, and one of the taxis we took, just because you gotta the parking, just like any major cities, it's fucked. So you park on the fringe and then you take a cab to the main tourist attraction because it's easier that way and cheaper, quite frankly. The guy had a fucking one of those key fob put in the seatbelt things so he doesn't have to wear a seatbelt. And I'm like, this fucking guy's a taxi. Are you kidding me? You don't get pulled over for this shit? And he's like, not really. So around here, most people don't care. And I'm like, okay, fuck. All right.
Yeah, and yeah, that's one thing I love. I really love about Asia. It's funny. It's certain things are more restrictive, but other things are more freedom. There's a lot more freedom in a way, and you don't get this nanny state or all of that kind of stuff that you get in the West these days.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean,
there's serious problems.
Eastern Europe has also a lot of rules and regulations, obviously. But there's certain things compared to America where it's like it's totally different. I mean, it's America goes overboard with certain things, but in my opinion, so.
Do you like this video that I'm playing of the elephants?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would die to be there, dude. I mean, so I used to hunt. Well, listen, I used to hunt in America. I used to hunt a lot on my property. You name it, fox, deer, you name it. I used to do it. Plus, I also used to have a lot of chickens, rabbits, ducks, turkeys, goats. I used to have a lot of property, so I used to raise a lot of my animals as well. So, and a lot of that came actually from Portugal when I used to come here as a kid, work on my grandparents' farm. When I became in an area and adult enough that I can enjoy a lot of that stuff, I made it happen. So, now I don't because it's so much work. I don't want to get involved in that anymore. But it was a good experience, man. I mean, we had all kinds of animals and slaughtered them for sure to eat. We did it. It wasn't pets. It wasn't pets for sure.
Yeah.
And I used to hunt a lot. So, in America, it's one of the easiest things to do is hunt, and you got to have it. Obviously,
at the age of about 10 years old, I was plucking the feathers out of a pheasant in England.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude! Pheasants are so good, dude. If they're done right, a lot of people don't know this. Pheasants are better than chicken and turkey, dude.
Yeah.
Pheasants are so good. You roast them in the oven with small potatoes, carrots, and just baste them in the oven. They're so good, man. They're so good. So yeah, I used to hunt pheasants, rabbits, turkeys, a deer, bear, you name it, I did it. In the lower part states, not necessarily elk and moose, and that's the higher up towards Canada. And I didn't live there, so I didn't go there. But then I raised a lot of animals, like I said, and most of them were for slaughter: goats, chickens, ducks, turkeys.
Have you got any cats or anything?
No. So I never had. And here's the thing. Here's a funny thing. I didn't have. Most of my animals were kept outside in small huts, if you will. So like, a small area. The chicken coop was mostly outside, and then at night they came into the chicken coop. It was ducks, same thing. Goats, I had a small shed for them. They would go at night and sleep in there at night, but most of it was outside. And I had to have everything fenced off because I had coyotes, I had foxes, I had possums, I had raccoons, I had snakes.
Okay,
I had all.
I got one that you probably didn't have. Okay.
Okay.
I had a ferret. Did you ever have a ferret?
Yeah, I did. And you know why I had a ferret? You know why I had a ferret?
For hunting. For hunting.
For hunting rabbits.
Yes.
we used to hunt rabbits, and we used to throw the ferret down the rabbit holes that always had an exit to chase them out, and then we would shoot them and eat them and stuff like that.
That's what
hunting.
My family used to do. The same thing. We had ferrets.
Yeah. Dove hunting was huge for us too in September. Everything is seasonal, which is crazy. Like September started with dove hunting because that's the season for doves. So you would dove hunt, and then you would transition to rabbit and pheasant hunting, and then you would transition to deer and bear, and then you would transition back to. In between them, there were also times for rabbit hunting and pheasant hunting.
The magpie, I was just reading in the chat, the magpie says, I had 12 ferrets. Fucking A. 12 ferrets, that would have been a handful. Jeez.
Fuck, and they stink too, dude. They stink.
And you got to be careful because they can fucking bite. If you don't handle them enough.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Rip your
I treated mine, we had two, and we treated them like a tool, like a hunting dog. Like, we had them in the laundry room, they were in cages. We fed them just to be a tool for us, just like hunting dogs. We used to have 3 hunting dogs for rabbits and dove and stuff like that. They weren't.
Can you imagine
pets.
those teeth?
They were a tool.
Ripping into your hand.
They're fucking, exactly. They're fucking vicious, for sure. If they get loose, they fuck up your house. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know.
Another thing I had terrapins.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back towards my high school years. So high school years, I used to work in a pet store. And the pet store, I worked there for 3 years. So this is a crazy story. I was always about working and making money. So I used to play football, American football, in high school. And I did pretty good. My freshman year, I was playing freshman, junior varsity, and varsity second string. I was a center. All right. So that's the person who snaps the ball to the quarterback. And then sophomore year, I did JV and was starting also varsity. And it was a big city and a big school. I mean, Elizabeth was the second biggest city in New Jersey. We had about anywhere between a 22 and 2,800 graduating class every year. So very big, right? And then obviously my junior year, I was doing nothing but varsity. I was starting center, and also I used to do nose tackle for defense. So I was pretty good until I tasted money from working, and so I started working at the pet store my sophomore year, then junior year. Senior year, I was making such good money. I was working weekends after school, that all cash at the time. I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna just work. And so I had all my credits senior year to the point where I can get out of school at 1:00 every day because I had most of my credits to graduate. So 1:00 to 6:00, I worked at the pet store every day, except for the weekends. The weekends I worked full days. And then from 6 to midnight, I worked at a pizza shop for some Greeks 3 days a week. So I was making a ton of fucking cash, bro, at that age. You know what I mean? Like,
I was a fucking paper boy. You know how much money I made? I did a paper boy. I had to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, do a paper round, and after school I'd have to do a paper round, and I got a fucking pound a round. Pound around.
all right, I'm gonna tell you how much money I used to make, because I talk about this all the time. Back in 96, 97, and 98, I was making, between both jobs and going to high school, I was making about $400 cash a week.
What the fuck? That's insanity.
And I was spending it all, dude. I had a great time. The little time I had, I was going to Vermont to go snowboard on holidays. I was going.
Snowboarding.
I was fuck that. My prom. I rented a fucking Rolls Royce limo stretch. I mean, I was spending all that money. So anyway, so
you were a baller.
I had, well, during that time, yeah. I mean,
and at that age,
I mean, yeah, I didn't give a shit about school anymore, and I was all about
how old were you?
making money.
Let's clarify. How old?
Dude, I was 16, 17, 18, 19.
I'm talking like 13, 14. Sorry.
Well, right. So 13, 14, I was working for my pops. He had his own company during the holidays.
JB was still at school when he was 30.
Right, exactly. No, I was working for my old man. He had his own company. From 12 all the way to about 17. When any type of holiday happened in school, I was working for him. Whether it was the summers, I was working there in the summers. Holidays, cleaning the offices, working in the shop. He paid me X, and just enough to keep me incentivized. Basically, he was teaching me a lesson for sure. And then once I was able to, my sophomore year in high school, I started working for sure for other people. So at the end of the day, I worked at a pet store and I had access to all kinds of animals. So I had all kinds of animals. I had all kinds of birds. I had all kinds of lizards, all kinds of snakes, scorpions, tarantulas, you name it, I had it. So that was something where, go ahead.
What was your favorite?
Birds were temperamental. I used to buy birds that people used to bring back, parrots that they couldn't deal with, and I used to take them in and buy them at from my boss at the time, used to be the owner of the pet store. I used to buy them at a discount, obviously, basically what he paid for them, which was a super discount, because people used to just say, I can't deal with it, whether it was a temperament of the bird, and I'm talking about parrots. I'm not talking about little birds, or whether they had allergies to them, etc. And then if he had too many, he would say, hey, do you want one of these? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take them. All right, give me 100, 150, 200, or whatever it was. And then I used to take them home and I used to train them. And once they got better and more friendly, then I used to sell them on like Craigslist and stuff like that. And make a profit, right? But snakes and lizards, I used to just enjoy. I mean, I at one point I had about 15 different snakes, the biggest one being about 18 feet, which was a Burmese python.
I've never understood the people that. Well, I suppose everyone's got their own views and opinions.
Here's the reason for me. So at the time, it fit my lifestyle, and what do I mean by that? So I used to ride motorcycles a lot, right? So I used to be out and about a lot, right? I used to get out of work. I used to ride my motorcycle. I used to go to events. I used to go to this. I mean, what's the difference between a cat and a dog? What is the biggest difference? Most people say
you got to walk it 3 times a day.
Right. A dog, you got to really invest. You really got to take care of.
Yeah, you got to
cat. You just have to feed it. Have a kitty litter, and you're done. You're right. You know, they do their own thing. Snakes are the same basic thing, man. Like snakes and lizards are the same thing. You have to feed them once a week, basically. And that's it. Just leave them.
Don't they get bored? Don't the snakes get bored? Don't they want attention? Same as cats want attention.
No, no,
Come here, little snaky.
Yeah,
Let me-
they no, they don't go like that. Now, I used to handle mine more than usual, just so they were friendly. But outside of that, I mean, they just, they want to be left alone. I mean, in fact, when they're shedding, they can't eat. I know how to force feed them. You know what force feeding means?
Yeah, basically force feeding them, making them eat, right? Shoving
Well, right. So
a
exactly.
baby chicken down their stomach, right? Oh, he's gone.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really been interested in reptiles or snakes or spiders or the one thing that I think I would like is a stick insect. I think they're easy
A
to
what?
handle, aren't they? A stick insect.
Yeah. I was never big into the small, delicate stuff. I mean, I used to have chameleons and stuff. By the way, I used to have a lot of fish. I used to have aquariums. I mean, a lot of the shit is expensive too. By the way, even at cost when I used to work in the pet store. I mean, I used to have saltwater fish tanks.
I would love to have a
saltwater.
fish. I had a fish tank as a kid, but I've
Dude.
always dreamt of having saltwater fish. I always had
So I
fresh
had
water.
I had a 120-gallon fish tank. That I switched over from freshwater to saltwater to semi-water, like brackish water, which is basically the lakes of different lakes in Africa that have brackish water, cichlids, basically. And I used to have all that stuff. I mean, it's all stuff that it's work, dude. It's
Yeah.
When I used to work at the pet store, it was just like, okay, I get it at cost. I do this. I'm already used to doing it, so I just do it, et cetera, et cetera. And then once you get out of that scene, it becomes more work and work and work.
Did you have the what do you call it? The corals and things like that?
Say that again.
Did you have the corals?
Yeah, absolutely. I had corals.
Yeah.
I had all kinds of saltwater live rock. I had all kinds of stuff.
Starfish?
Obviously, yeah. I had starfish. I had seahorses. I had clownfish. I had all kinds of fish. One, they're very expensive. Two, it's a lot of work because you got to constantly
the pH
measure
levels, right?
the pH levels, the ammonia levels, the saltwater levels. You have to constantly look at. I used to have a lot of freshwater. I had piranhas. I had Oscar fishes. I had arowanas, which are big in Thailand, right? Arowanas.
And I suppose also certain fish can't live with other fish, so they'll end up eating each other.
Oh,
or
of course,
fighting
of course, of course,
yeah.
of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
Did you ever have
once you got at no, fuck that.
Fuck!
Never.
I loved hamsters,
dude. No. The rats and mice that I used to have were to feed my snakes. That's it.
Yeah, but a hamster's not a rat. A hamster's not a rat.
Yeah, it's basically the same shit. Dude, I used to have snakes that I used to feed rabbits and chickens to. Think about this. I used to have snakes. Listen. I know. I used to have snakes that were so big that when I didn't have big rats to buy, because sometimes it would be low on quantity, I would buy huge, not hamsters, not gerbils. What's the other one? Guinea pigs. I used to feed them guinea pigs, chickens, rabbits. And it started becoming expensive because that's the only thing. I used to feed them chickens. I mean, this shit started becoming expensive, man. Like I was at one point spending about, $30-$40. You're talking about back in the 90s, late 90s, I should say, early 2000s. I was spending $30-$40 a week in feeding my animals. Mostly snakes. So it became expensive.
Oh, you know what you would love then? That you're into all of this. The pet market in Bangkok. There's a pet market. There's like a crazy exotic pet market. Oh, we got HR's in the house. Hello, HR.
Hi, I've come on. I've just got some really bad news, but I'll share it when you guys are finished.
Oh, fuck. You can't say that. You can't just say, I got bad news. Carry on, boys.
I don't want to interrupt, Lux. Whenever you're ready.
No, fuck that. Go ahead and do
What
it.
the
What, you
fuck? I
kidding
don't
me
want
now?
to interrupt, but I'll interrupt anyway and tell you there's bad news. But carry on, boys.
Exactly.
Well, it's been a long, hard day for me.
Oh, sorry, just lost HR. Right, the show goes on, boys. We don't.
Sorry about your feelings. We don't have time for that shit right now. That's hilarious, bro. Holy shit, that is awesome.
All right. This is the exotic pet market. It's the world's biggest market in Thailand. You'll probably get a kick out of all of these pets that you might. Did you see those two turtles romping at each other?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep. And
And
here's the thing. I don't know how much they are in Thailand, but I will tell you in America, a lot of these animals are super expensive. Like, I had a guy that used to get me anything I wanted. So I had a baby anaconda. You know how long a baby anaconda is when it's born? It's about 3 feet already.
oh shit! When it's born,
Yeah, yeah, dude.
yeah.
It's huge. I want to say when it's born. I don't mean born, but like within a few weeks, it's already three feet long. And the one thing that you got to have for anacondas, you have to have a land water base aquarium for them because they kill their prey in the water and they eat in the water. And you can imagine how dirty that water gets. So you got to have both sides in an aquarium. It's tough. So I had that thing for a couple of months and I was like, fuck this shit. It's too much work. I'm getting rid of it. Sold that. Carpet pythons are one of the worst animals you can have. And I'm going to tell you why. They get crawled up in a tree trunk and they're naturally born to snatch birds out of the air. So their fangs are super long. Their fangs are basically tucked into their mouth. They expand out and they grab birds out of the air. So when you have them in an aquarium and you have a kind of a net top or a metal grate top that you put your hand on, they could fucking strike and their teeth are so long that they come through the grate and stab you. So yeah. I never had poisonous. I had a lot of friends that had poisonous. I was never into that. I think it was stupid. But
You don't want to risk your life.
no, it's silly, dude. Like, why fucking have poison? Like, being dangerous is bad enough, let alone poisonous, right? Like, it's. But I had friends that did it, dude. I had a buddy who used to have a reticulated python. It was 23 feet long, and he had it in the basement of his mom's house. He was like 22 years old at the time. I was like 18. And he used to train his mother, if I ever get attacked and I start screaming, all you have to do is put hot water on the head of the snake and they'll let me go. And he used to feed and change the snake. When he used to change the bedding of the snake, he used to have to dump it in like a 55-gallon garbage can. And he used to wear welder's gloves and a baseball pitching mask. Catcher mask, not pitching, catchers. So crazy, dude. Just crazy
That's
stuff.
a good idea. So you actually just taught me something. So if I ever have a snake wrapped around my leg, just get some boiling water and pour it over the snake.
Pour it on the head, yeah, absolutely. That usually
Lemon
does the trick.
curly
Turtles.
is in the house.
I used to have a lot of turtles too. A lot of turtles.
As big as those ones?
Yeah. So I used to have a lot of water turtles when I lived in New Jersey. So I used to have snapping turtles. I used to have regular turtles. And then when I moved to Virginia and then West Virginia, North Carolina, I used to have land turtles. These things are expensive, man. I mean, like a small land turtle is like $120. Even here in Portugal, it's crazy. But I used to find them.
Lemon Curly says, "Good afternoon, boys. Lux, will this lead to boiled rat pictures or any other pets on the menu?" Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
One of these turtles that you see here. I actually brought
Yep.
a turtle roughly the same size in England. I went to the pet shop, and I really like turtles because I had terrapins as a kid.
Yep.
I
Yep.
literally went to the pet shop, and they had this turtle, and I said I want to buy it, and he says, "Okay, it's whatever the price, £20." What it was really cheap, right?
Sure.
And I got the money, I paid it to him, and I took this fucking turtle home. And I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. I got this humongous fucking turtle. I put it in the backyard. My mum came home and she says, "What the fuck is this? Why the fuck have you got this? What are you gonna do with it? You're not gonna. Where are you gonna store it? What? And she literally picked it up and took it back to the pet shop and says, "What the fuck are you doing? Selling a turtle that's fucking 30 years old or 50 years old to a fucking child?"
Yeah, but that's what I will tell you. That I mean, that's probably one of the best child-friendly animals they can have is a turtle. I mean, you feed them mealworms or lettuce, that type of stuff, and they're fine as
We
long
got
as you have a
a
light on them.
super chat from the conductor, $2. Thank you so much for supporting the show, conductor. He says, "Why go for exotic pets when dogs and cats exist?" That's actually a very good question. Very, very,
Yeah.
very good question.
So cats and dogs are just much more trouble most of the time. A lot more work. When I say trouble, I mean work. More expensive to upkeep, and just a lot more work on the individual. I mean, that's why I said snakes and lizards for me. You fed them mostly once a week. Make sure they had water. You had their light on a timer. You paid for electricity, and that's it. I mean, there was nothing more to it. And so you can have a life of, being out all the time, et cetera, especially when you're young, and have all that stuff in it, and it was fine. There was no, like for me, I would feed all my animals when I was younger, and I had mostly snakes and lizards. Even my aquariums, I used to have timer feeders. So it was basically a tumbler of feeding material in that tumbler, and it was on a timer, and it would dump every once in a while. Once a week, I would measure everything, make sure the pH and the ammonia and all salinity was fine, and I would make adjustments, and I would feed my snakes, and I would feed my lizard, and that was it. Once a week, that's it.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
that's basically it. I mean, even though people say cats are low maintenance, I mean they're more higher maintenance than stuff in
Yeah.
aquariums. I mean,
Yeah, and especially when they're young, because I've got this kitten, right? And I looked on the internet, and it says kittens, they will sleep for 20 plus hours a day, right? I can tell you this: the kitten that I have doesn't sleep 20 plus hours a day. It sleeps like probably 12 to 15 hours a day. So yeah, don't always believe what you see on the internet, because every animal's got its own temperament and different styles.
absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Sleep patterns or whatever. Or
Dude,
energy.
imagine. I remember the first goats I got when I was in Virginia and then West Virginia. I had baby goats. They would yelp and belt out throughout the whole night. Now, I lived on about 7 acres of land, and my nearest neighbors were far, but I can hear it in the house, dude. Like, I was like, what the fuck is going on with this goddamn goats, man? They were babies, and they were just yelping and yelping because they had just been pulled off of their mothers, and that's just. They were babies. They yelped. They were screaming all the time. Little things like, I'll never forget. I had 4 goats at the time. I had chickens, turkeys. I had New Guinea chickens. I had regular chickens. I had turkeys. I had ducks. I had goats, like I said, rabbits. And one of the goats, a newborn goat, I had brought in, and the bigger goats started attacking this motherfucker. Dude, they broke his fucking leg. I had to get a vet to come to the house, splint the fucking goat, because I didn't really know much about splinting and taking care of the animals at the time. It was my first year. And I'm like, fuck me dead, bro. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is animals that take up a lot of time. People dedicate the time to. People who don't have a lot of time dedicate themselves to animals that don't take up a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. There's chickens. You see the chickens?
Yeah.
All of these for sale. This is crazy. Pet market in
Oh,
Bangkok.
every year around March, I used to get baby ducks, baby chicks, keep them in a trough basically with a light, grow them in my laundry room. Then I would move them between April and May, move into my garage, which is a little cooler temperature as they were growing. And then eventually I'd put them outside in a different pen that I had for my chickens and my ducks. And then once they got full grown, when they started laying eggs, I would then slaughter last year's chickens and ducks. And then the other ones took the place of those. And I did this every year. So there was a time I had to make sure that they were, given enough eggs. There was times where, dude, I would end up like fucking 8 dozen eggs, 9 dozen eggs in my
nice.
fridge because it was that time frame. It was that time frame where both the older chicks, the older chickens were giving eggs, and the newer chickens were giving eggs and ducks, and it was like a free for all, basically.
Would you say the eggs that you got taste any different than the eggs that you get?
Oh, absolutely,
in the stock market?
absolutely.
I'm not a big egg eater. Yeah.
Oh my god, absolutely, dude. They're so much darker, richer yellow. They taste so much better. Absolutely.
Because it's not full of hormones and shit, right?
Exactly. Like I mean, look, when I started growing my own chickens and ducks, I didn't buy eggs for about 6 years almost. Everything was homegrown. And the goats, when they got full bred after 2-3 years, we would slaughter them. And then I would hunt. So I had 1 or 2 deer a year. I would, my freezers were full. I mean, we wouldn't buy that much meat and poultry and poultry added with eggs when we lived in Virginia, West Virginia. Most of it came from what we did. My wife never worked really. She took care of the animals during the day when I worked. And then on the weekend, I would do all the tractor work, basically. We had a tractor, and we did most of the work for the hay and cleaning up stuff and shoveling and plowing.
What are these called? What do you know? What these called? The like, don't they fly like
sugar gliders?
They jump between the trees, right? Like a fly.
Yeah. Well, you got 2 things. You got flying squirrels, and then you got sugar gliders. Yeah. So most common in America are sugar gliders. However, they're nocturnal. So most of the time, you could break them out of the nocturnal part of it, but it takes a lot of work. Most of the time, their eyes are built for the night. They have huge eyes, and they're nocturnal. So they're usually more active in the night, and so you have those animals. And I had a couple. You have them in a parrot's cage, a huge parrot's cage, because again, you're sleeping most of the time. They're more active at night. Flying squirrels not so much active in America. It's more sugar gliders in the pet market.
Yeah, you can see that this pet market is humongous. They got all kinds of stuff. I really don't know if any of these things are forbidden or anything.
So let me ask you a question. Being in Thailand and stuff like that, you may know this. If you encounter yourself with a small scorpion or a big scorpion, which one would you be more afraid of?
I'm guessing. This is a complete guess. The small one.
That's right. The small ones tend to be much more poisonous than the big ones. Okay. Yeah.
Is there a reason for that? What's the reason?
It's just the way it is. I don't know the reason. I just know what it is. I mean, the small scorpions typically tend to be translucent, so you can find them with a night light. So when you're in like Arizona, hotter areas, You can go at night, light at night, and deserts and find the more dangerous scorpions. The big black scorpions that you see are more intimidating. However,
Yeah.
the poison is a lot less. It's basically like a bumblebee sting.
Fuck. One of the biggest things that I'm worried about is hornets, Asian hornets, because they can really fuck you up.
So I used to have on the property. I used to have hornets that would build hives in the dirt. So the dangerous part is when you're going through with a tractor to either cut grass or plowing or whatever you were doing with the tractor, is to run over one of these hives that are built into the ground, because it would be literally a hornet's nest under the ground. And it is so dangerous, dude. It's so dangerous. So the one thing I would do is, as part of my, I would hunt on my property. So I would constantly and I used to four-wheel a lot. I used to have a four-wheeler. So I used to have four-wheeler trails on the property. I used to drive around a lot, once a week to twice a week, obviously more when it was hunting season, to see if there's anything like that, like down trees, hornets' nests under the ground in the dirt, things of that nature. I used to have to drive around and look, because if you're not careful when you're cutting the grass or doing other things with the tractor, you could get fucked, bro. They will swarm your ass and fuck you up big time.
Yeah, I've had a few hornets fly into my home and fucking freak me the fuck out. You got to be really careful of those things. You really have to. Yeah.
So I used to have in Virginia and West Virginia, I used to have a lot of sheds. A small barn and a lot of sheds, big tall garages. And that was just because of different parts of where I had the animals. And I used to have tractors, four-wheelers. I used to have a small dozer because it used to snow so much sometimes. And I lived on a huge hill, so I couldn't just plow the shit. I needed a dozer sometimes to remove the snow to go down the driveway. I mean, the plows on the truck and the plows on the four-wheeler. I used to have plows on the tractor, on the four-wheeler, on the truck, and it still wasn't enough. Sometimes it's so much snow that dumps so fast that you need a dozer for it as well. So I used to have all this stuff, and so I had sheds and tractors. I mean, the worst thing is it's a ton of work, dude, because I used to have to inspect, all these things to make sure there were no kind of animal nests embedded. Mostly, a lot of it had to do with hornets and bees and stuff like that. But things like, I used to have a lot of skunks on the property, dude. You got to be careful with skunks. I used to take out those skunks. I used to have traps to catch the skunks, and I used to shoot them with a 22.
Have you ever had a skunk spray its stuff all over you?
No, I never had him sprayed at me, because skunks have large fangs and they will kill small animals. So like the chickens, the ducks, all that stuff. I one time had, my first year, I had about a dozen chicks and about a half a dozen ducks put in a pen outside for the first night. That was a little milder weather for that day or that night, and it was my transition from the laundry room to the garage and then to the outside. And the fucking the skunk dug a hole underneath the fencing and like literally killed them all, and didn't eat them, just killed them. That's what they do. Okay. They just bite them, let them bleed out, and that's it. They move on. So I had to end up digging about a 6-inch border around all the pens, and burying the fence in the pens, and then burying, so that animals couldn't dig underneath it, so to speak, and get to the animals. So I had a lot of fox. I had red fox, I had gray fox, I had coyotes, I had bears. So yeah, I never been skunked, so to speak, in air quotes, but they were around all the time. I used to get out of the house at 6 in the morning to go to work, and I used to smell them all the time. So I had traps where basically you would catch them live, and then I would shoot them afar from with a 22, and then bury them at the edge of the property because they would wreak havoc on all the animals. That's what they would do.
Fuck. That sounds crazy. Fucking
Well,
crazy.
it's crazy until you get used to it, right? You get used to it. Like I used to have a big, huge bay window in my living room. That was a front facing the property, and that's where I used to catch a lot of the foxes, the gray fox, red fox, and I had most of the animal pens in front of the house, the property in the front side. The back side is where I used to hunt a lot because it was just and the 4-wheeler trails. And I caught my first bear there, the first foxes there, coyotes there. I mean, the animals just attract these predators that, if you're not careful. I mean, just think about. I in the pens with the ducks and the chickens, I had to put netting all on top because I used to have hawks and eagles swoop down and just rip them out of the goddamn pen.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I had to put netting to protect the livestock because of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just,
By the
it's
way,
a lot of work, man.
I know. It's not easy. By the way, the video that I'm playing right now is me and the Mazda 3 on the mean streets of Bangkok. This is what the mean streets of Bangkok look like. Do you see all the all the electric lines everywhere? Look at that. Look, it's like a fucking spaghetti mess of cables. There's one thing that amazes me about
that
Thailand.
is crazy, dude.
Why don't they get the fucking
But
wires?
it reminds me of a vision. I've never been to Brazil, but it also reminds me of like the favelas of Brazil, which is kind of like the ghetto of Brazil.
Okay.
Where
Everybody's
It's kind of like
stolen
the same thing,
electricity,
like wires
right?
everywhere.
With them.
Yeah. A lot of stolen electricity, and there's wires everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, but this is not stolen. This is just how it is. This is the
I'm with you. I get it.
So they actually are planning to take it underground. So Thailand would be, or Bangkok would be very different once all these wires go underground. But yeah, the mean streets of Bangkok.
Yeah.
This is the footage that I wish Archie would have taken. Some cool videos around the streets, right? Because not everyone knows what the streets of Bangkok look like, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's skyscrapers everywhere, and this city of 11 million people.
So the city alone of Bangkok is 11 million people.
Yeah, like the actual whole
crazy.
city. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not including outer Bangkok.
Yeah. I'm with you. That's crazy too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Have you ever been to Asia yourself? Like anywhere in Asia?
No. Typically, just really America and all over America, basically, with the job that I used to have, and then Europe, really only Portugal.
Would you ever want to go there?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Like I said before in the other show, as my life starts to come down a little bit, and whether parents and in-laws are, not to be morbid, but are gone, and you start to free up your time, and your kids get older. I mean, this is what you start to.
Oh, is that me or you? Oh, we just lost the JB. I think it might be his internet. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. We currently got 38 people in the house. Thank you for joining. The link is pinned. Hopefully JB will come back and talk to us. We're in good conversation. Good conversation with the JB. Who is in the house? We got the Lemon Curly. Let me just check if you guys can still hear me. Let me double check, and let me know in the chat if you guys can still hear me, please. Let me double check. Archie Luxury live stream channel. Let me. All right, yeah, I think you can still hear me. Okay, cool. Lemon Curly says, "Laugh out loud. Did Lux just say these are the kind of videos Archie needs to do?" I did, but I mean, it doesn't have to be like this, but just some commentary. I want to see some commentary from the Archibald, some commentary, some of his old stuff, like a hotel room tour. Curly, I don't know if you've noticed. Oh shit, Lemon Curly, Lux. I want to do an interview with a prostitute. Yeah, head over to the Archie Luxury channel. I think he's got loads of stuff like that back in the day, but not anymore. Not anymore. You don't get no spicy stuff anymore. Or let me show you, Curly. Let me show you. Fuck, where is it? Let me go to the Archie Luxury channel. Archie used to do like street interviews, ladyboy interview, all kind of random shit, right? This is what he's uploading now. Let me show you this. This is the content we're getting now. We're getting 50 seconds of amazing views and great food in Chitlom. We're getting 1 minute and 7 seconds of a night out. Let me play this one. This one's hilarious. A 1 minute video of a night out with the boys. A night out with the boys. Let's have a look, Curly. A night out with the boys. That sounds like fun.
Guys, Archie Luxury channel. We're headed to the night out with the boys. The boys are in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. We're here at the Soinana, Sukhumvit Soinana. Got many bars happening, many things happening here. Holy fuck, the Nana Hotel. Look, here we go.
Come on, boys, a night out with the boys.
It's pretty amazing shit.
All right, crosses the road. Crosses the road.
This is Sukhumvit Soinana. Look at this.
He's in Nana. There we go.
It's fucking
Nana.
amazing. The car park at the Nana Hotel.
We're in the car park, boys.
Fuckers. It really.
All right, we're in the car park.
It's exploded, and we're here.
We're here.
Look at this. This is.
We're in the car park.
It's looking amazing.
We can see the motorbikes.
It's here at the Nana Hotel.
We're in the car park.
Guys, I'm here.
I'm here, guys. Oh, it's finished. That's it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, that's it. It ends there. I'm here, boys. I'm here, boys. I'm in the car park. I'm in the car park, and then that's it. So, yeah, there's your content, Curly. There's your content. Ah, man. I mean, it's kind of funny. I can't beat him down too much. I have to enable Curly. I gotta enable. I gotta be an enabler. Because if I don't enable Curly, I'll lose my job. I will lose my job. I don't want to lose my job. I'm surviving. So Curly, there's the content, Curly.
Hey,
there it is. There's some more. We got 1 minute and 15 seconds of the tuk-tuk ride. Have a look at this one, Curly. Oh, fuck. We got credit cards. I'll wait for the fucking advert for the credit card. World's first ceramic credit card. All right, here we go. Here you go, Curly. 1 minute and 14 seconds of a tuk-tuk ride. Tell Philly, TV dinner's being defrosted as we speak. So, we got feet. Oh shit! Let me go back to the feet. We got feet. I love it. Don't you love it? The socks halfway up the ankles, all the way up the knees, coming up to the knees. He likes to focus on the feet and the speaker system. And we got 1 minute of staring at some speakers and staring at the feet. Cavill says, "Nice one, Arch. Great feed." Nice one, Archie. Oh, we're gonna see some girls on the motorbike. Nope. So is that it, Archie? Anything else? Can you show us anything else, Archie? Oh, yeah, we see speakers. We see the speakers. Let's have a look. We're 59 seconds, 1 minute. Anything gonna happen? Oh, we got the feet. We got the feet. We got the feet. Yes, we see the feet. We see the feet. And that's it. That's it. So there you go, Curly. there's the content, Curly. There's the content. I hope you enjoyed that, Curly. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a couple more. I'm not going to bore you too much. Some food. This one was hilarious, Curly. You can't wait to miss this one. This one is 4 minutes long, but I'm not going to bother playing it because he orders food, but then he doesn't actually show the food, so we don't even get to see what the food looked like. But hey ho, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll see what I can do to try to advise the Archibald. Jigadwa says nice socks. The gangster says ladyboy feet. Mike the mistake says Patel's talking to Mike, says I'm thinking of chickpea for dinner with avocado hummus. Avocado hummus. It sounds too healthy. Come on, Patel, that's too healthy for the Archieverse. We need some steak and kidney pies. We need some we need some chips, or proper chunky chips. We need some mushy peas. We need some salt and vinegar. Pour some vinegar into that bad boy. Come on, Patel. That's too healthy. That's too healthy. Where's the chocolate? We need some chocolate. We need some chocolate. Chocolate. We need some grease. We need some grease. So there you go. There's Archie Luxury. I think JB might have had to go, which is okay. The HR was trying to give us some bad news. HR, if you want to give us the bad news, you're welcome to come back and tell us the bad news. I don't really like bad news, to be honest. But if you need to tell us the bad news, then please come back and tell us the bad news. I hope it's not too bad. In all jokes aside, I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's not really, 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 really bad news. I hope everything's okay. Jokes aside. What else is happening? What else is going on? Just a bit of a chilled out one. Double Happiness Live Lounge. Just a chilled out session. Oh, the gangster says HR is the bad news. We got our good friend, Mr. Doubtfire.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Where's Mrs. Doubtfire?
She's at the fucking grocery store.
Ah, fuck. Okay. Oh, I thought I was going to be Mrs. Doubtfire.
You can be Mrs. Doubtfire.
Ah, thank you. I don't have my...
I just saw you were on, man. I just wanted to jump on and say, I just woke up, buddy.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know. What time is it?
It's 2:34, 2:34.
Can I show you something?
Show me, baby. Show me.
Let me. I just need to. Oh fuck! Give me 1 second. Oh shit! Fuck! One minute. Here we go.
Hey.
Meow meow.
Hey, listen, I was thinking about serious names for your cat. What do you think about the name Bella?
Bella? That's a cute name because it's a girl.
Or you could just call her, or you could call her Belle, Bell for short. Just call her Belle. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Belle. Do you like that name? Do you like the name Belle?
I like that name actually.
Give me 2 meows. Give me 1 meow if you like the name Belle. No, she doesn't like. She doesn't seem to want to look at you. I think she's a bit scared.
Yeah, you're showing me out of the camera. She hears my loud voice. It's probably freaking her out.
Yeah, she's freaking out. She's scared.
It's okay. But do you like that? Bella or Belle? That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a nice, cute name. Belle's a nice name.
Yeah. Or I thought you could call her Midge.
Fuck off. Midge? What's that? Like a midget?
No, just
Midge.
Midge.
All right,
Yeah,
Midge. All right, Midge. Midge, get the fuck over here, Midge.
Yeah, like Midge, Midge.
Yeah, but Midge is very close to the name Minge. And Minge in English England is not a very good.
Okay.
You know what a minge is? Do you know what a minge is?
No.
A lady's vagina.
Oh, a Minji. Yeah, from South Park. Yeah. I remember that episode. Okay. Yep. I know what you mean. Okay, that's bad.
She's got a smelly minge.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay. I think Belle is a good name. You can put a little bell around her neck so it rings when she walks.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, man. Just call her Belle. I like that name.
Because people have been giving me like Archieverse names, but I don't really want to. Aaron was a very popular choice.
Well, I mean, yeah, what are you going to, you can't call the cat Fat Windbag Ben.
I can't even pronounce that name fast 5 times. So.
I know, or you can't really say like, you can't say lemon curly. Do you want to eat?
It's a ghost. It's a girl.
Exactly. Yeah. So just call her Belle.
Get your ass over here. Stop pissing in the corner.
Yeah, just call her Belle. There you go. It's easy. 4 letters.
Someone else says I should call it Blondie, but she doesn't have blonde hair. She's
got
gray, black, white, brown.
I think Belle or Bella. I think the name Belle is cute for a cat.
Belle.
Yeah, Bella. And you can call her Belle for short, you know?
What if I call her Jax?
Dude, you can call, I know a girl that's named Jax. You could do that if you wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Jax could be a boy's name or a girl's name, yeah?
Yeah, it absolutely can be. Yeah, or because it's sometimes short for a girl. Sometimes it's short for like Jackie. Some girls are called Jack. I know girls that are called Jax, or Jacqueline. So yeah, girls have the name Jax.
Have you got? What about an old granny's name, like an old person's name?
I knew. Margaret. My grandmother had a friend. My grandma's name was Glenna. Okay, Glenna. 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 But she had a friend whose name was Mink, like the coat.
Ah, Mink coat. Ah, nice.
So this woman's actual name was Mink, M-I-N-K, Mink. Which I've never heard that in my life, but like my grandma had a friend whose name was Mink, yeah. So I thought that was a little bit different. You could call her Gertrude.
Gertrude.
That's an old lady's name.
Are you trying to get me the ugliest names possible?
You said old lady names. That's an old lady name, Gertrude.
But not an ugly old granny.
Okay. What about like Marilyn, short for Marilyn Monroe, but she had blonde hair.
She's biting me. She's a feisty cat. She loves to bite.
She's spicy, huh?
She's a
Wait a minute. I got it. So she's like a hyper kind of spicy cat, right?
I mean, right now she is. Right now.
Okay, well, just call her Pepper. That's a girl's name, like from the Marvel. Yeah.
Pepper. Yeah, Pepper. Yeah, because she's kind of looked like the black pepper.
She looks like salt and pepper. Yeah, she looks like salt and pepper. Yeah.
Pepper Pig.
Yeah, just call her Pepper. I think Pepper's a good name. What about that?
Pepper. That's a cool name. I like Pepper.
Yeah, just call her Pepper.
Pepper. But I keep thinking of Peppa Pig though. That's the problem.
No, that's Peppa with like an A. This is Pepper with an ER.
Yeah, but I pronounce it Pepper. Pepper.
It still sounds like it's got an R on it. Yeah, Peppa sounds different. Plus, like, that's Iron Man's girlfriend from the fucking movies. Her name's Pepper Potts. So like, there you go. There's a girl named Pepper right there. She's got red hair.
Yeah, I like Pepper. Pepper's a
I
cool
do
name.
too. Yeah, I mean, it's better than calling her Cayenne Pepper or something like that, you know?
Ghost Pepper.
Yeah, Ghost Pep. Yeah, North Carolina Reaper.
The Reaper.
Yeah,
The Reaper.
Yeah. Dude,
But do you
I
think
seriously, she's gray and she's got some black in her, and like that's
Yeah,
like
because she could be
pepper.
white pepper, because white pepper's kind of gray, kind of. It's not really white, is it? It's kind of gray, kind of.
Yeah, but she looks like salt and pepper, so just call her Pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Okay, salt and pepper then.
It's too long. Yeah, pepper. I
Yeah,
like that.
Pepper. It's too long. It doesn't sound right. Pepper sounds good. I like Pepper better than Bella.
Yeah, I like pepper better than Bella. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there you go, man. I just gave you like 4 names.
All right. And I probably won't use any of them, but thank you.
No, I know you won't. I know you won't. I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
So what's happening in your world? Anything new? Anything
Yeah, I
exciting?
gotta go out to my mechanics and see if my mower is done being fixed. So.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah, not really, but I gotta have a mower. I mean, I mow a lot of grass in the summer, so.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot of grass. Yeah.
I mean, just for you, or you help other people?
I help other people. Yeah, I mow
nice.
I mow like 5 or 6 yards, man. So.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Hard work.
I bought like all new wheels and blades and just some other height adjusters and shit for my Honda mower. It just needs tuned up a little bit, so I took it out to my guy and dropped it off like a week ago.
You could make good money doing that shit.
Yeah, they pay cash. Yeah, it's not bad.
Cash, baby.
Yeah.
Cold, hard cash.
Cream means everything around me. Dollar bill.
I watched a really hilarious video the other day. You kind of reminded me of it.
What?
And this kid does like comedy sketches on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he goes into like a GameStop and he tries to like buy a game or something. And he says to the cashier, says, you know, can I pay with cash? Do you accept cold hard cash? And the guy goes, yeah, we accept cold hard cash. So it literally opens up his cooler box and he pulls out a frozen block of cash.
Nice.
And then you know what the cashier does? Calls the fucking cops.
Oh,
Call
really?
the police. Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. There was a guy. Now listen. I live in like the world of television and movies, so I might be making this up, but I don't know if it was a real person or I saw it in a movie. But someone was trying to like save money, right? And they didn't want to spend it. So they took like $1,000 and they froze it in their freezer, like in a block, like you're talking about. So they couldn't spend it. So if they had, you know what I mean? So that's what that reminded me of. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the last 10 seconds. Can you hello?
You talking to me or your wife?
Yeah, sorry, you. I missed the last 10 seconds. So there was they froze the cold hard cash.
Yeah, they just froze it to keep them from spending it. But I'm more interested. Ask your wife if she likes the name Pepper for the cat.
Do you like the name Pepper? Do you like the name Pepper for the cat? She said, but it's a girl.
That's a girl's name. Tell her from Iron Man. That's Pepper Potts. Yeah.
She doesn't like Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
We don't watch movies in this household. We don't watch that shit.
Ask her if she likes Bella then or Belle.
Do you like Belle or Bella? Yeah. Nah, she said nah. She says shit name.
All right, we'll keep trying. All right, we'll keep trying, man.
She keeps saying, do you like it or not? Nah, she doesn't like it.
Here, we could call her Listerine. There you go.
Listerine? No.
I know, dude. I'm kidding.
We could call her. How about? What's the first thing I got to here? We can call her extra virgin.
Well, she is a girl.
And she's a virgin.
Yeah. Naughty little virgin. Yeah.
I think she'll be a virgin throughout her whole life because I'm gonna get her snipped.
That's smart. Yeah, you should. You should, man. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll think of a name, bro. We'll think of a name.
JB's asking Curly to jump on. Okay. I don't know if it's up to him if he wants to come on or not. Dodger's in the house is saying, "Good evening, Lux, Jackson,
Dodger.
everybody."
What's
Yeah, we
up,
love
man?
the Dodger. We love the Dodger. Dodger,
I
jump
just
on,
came on to say
Dodger.
hi, dude. I'm not gonna stay real long, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tank your show.
Yeah. I mean, it's just chilled out, chilled vibes. I was talking to JB before about all kinds of stuff about pets
Yeah.
and all kind of stuff. Yeah, just anything and everything.
I got you. Yeah, I saw some of it about the wires in Thailand or whatever, right? All the
Yeah.
yeah. Oh.
Don't you want to live in Thailand or come and visit or something?
I mean, I've never left the United States. I would try it. I mean, I would come and visit you. Yeah, I'd come and visit you.
Is there a
It would
place
be
that you've
really-
always wanted to go to?
Huh?
Is there a place that you've always wanted to go to?
I don't know, man. I don't know much about that side of the world other than
No. I mean, anywhere in the world. Is there anywhere?
Oh
in the
yeah,
world?
like I'd like to go to Paris someday. I would like to go to I don't know, man. I'd like to go to Germany. I'd like to see Germany.
Is there any particular reason why Paris? Because Paris is now a shithole, right?
Yeah, but it's just because it's Paris. Like to go and see the Eiffel Tower and just kind of just to check out Paris once, I think it'd be really cool. I mean, I wouldn't want to stay for a long time, but
Okay.
I don't know, man. There's the world's a big place. I haven't really ever thought about because I could never afford to really leave to go anywhere, so I never really thought about it that much, I guess.
All you need. I mean, you could. What about someone in America? You don't even have to leave America because
Well,
America's so diverse, right?
Yeah, I've been really lucky, man. Like I've traveled everywhere pretty much in the United States, everywhere worth going. Except I've never been to California and I've never been to New York. That's the only two places I've never really been that really matter, I guess. But I've been pretty much everywhere else, Texas and Louisiana, and I've seen Mardi Gras and all that kind of. I did a lot of shit when I was in my 20s. So
when I was a kid, I dreamt of going on this. I want to share my screen. I dreamt of going on the Greyhound bus.
Oh
and
God.
Going coast to coast. But apparently, I've seen some videos recently. The Greyhound bus is fucking disgusting. It's like the system's falling apart, right?
Yeah, it's not like it was. It's not glamorous like in the 50s and this and stuff like that. It's not. It's kind of disgusting now. Yeah, unfortunately.
So it doesn't look like this. Is this like an old Greyhound bus?
That's an old one. Yeah, that's a real old one. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some videos and it's just falling apart.
You would be better off to save your money and rent like a motorhome, like like an RV, and just drive yourself instead of riding on a bus like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, Jockey, what's up, man? Hey, we'll when we get close to October, we'll fucking figure that out. I'm working on that now, saving some money and stuff. So, Jock wants me to come to Watch Time, New York.
Oh, nice. That would be cool.
Well, I can drive. I don't need to fly. Like I can drive to New York in like probably 8 hours, something like that. It's not. I mean, I'd drive it. I mean, because I'd rather drive. But
8 hours. I suppose the problem is the hotels are so fucking expensive in New York.
Yeah. Well, if I shared a room with Jock, I'd let him fucking sleep. He wouldn't have to force me to get in the shower. You know what I mean?
And you'll keep the place clean.
I'd clean the fuck out of it, Lux. Are you kidding me? I'd be running fucking blue. I'd be running a blue bike.
Of all the people, why don't you bunk up with Mrs. Doubtfire, Mr. Doubtfire? Sorry.
There you go. There you go.
Sorry, he's got his name, Mr. Doubtfire, just in case anyone's asking.
Yeah, well, that's because that's a joke for fat men back then. That's why. So.
Can I bunk in it? Can I bunk as well with you guys?
I'd share a room with you, Luxy. I would. I'd share a room with you.
But I'm a fat bastard. You might have to sleep on the floor though. There won't be any room left on the bed.
I don't give a fuck. Give me a call. I'll go call downstairs and get a cot put in the room. I don't give a shit.
A cot?
A cot. Yeah.
Like a baby cot?
No, like a fold-out bed, like a cot.
What the fuck is that? You mean for children?
No, adults use them too. They'll bring like.
Wait.
Yeah,
let me
dude. You
check.
can call
We're
down.
talking about the same thing, okay?
You can call downstairs to any nice hotel and tell them that you need a cot in the room, and they'll bring up like
Okay,
a fold-out bed.
because I think American and English language, I'm getting a bit confused. Okay,
Okay.
in my mind, a cot is this.
No, that's a fucking crib.
No,
Crib.
that's a cot.
No, that's a fucking baby crib.
No,
CRIB.
it says cot.
Look up a hotel cot. Look up a hotel cot. Look up the same thing and type in hotel cot.
Here, cot, baby cot. There you go, baby
Dude,
cot.
that looks like a fucking prison cell is what it looks like.
Well, technically, it probably is.
Yeah, dude. It's a goddamn crib. Look at the chat. Listen, ask the chat.
It's a
if I'm
cot.
right. It's called a crib in chat. Tell him.
It
It's
says
called-
cot right here. It says baby cot.
And then it's got some weird fucking native language in front of it that it doesn't even make sense. Fucking
Yeah,
nerd.
a wooden baby cot. There you
Okay,
go.
now look up hotel cot. Just look it up. Just look it up.
Hotel cot.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
fuck.
you. Full size fucking bed. There you go.
All right, so you basically you're saying you're gonna be in this thing, right?
Oh, get fucked. That's a crib.
Is that what it is?
No.
Is this
No. Let me see the screen again, you fuck. Let me see it.
sorry, this one. Is it
Okay,
this one?
wait. Hang on. Let me look. Oh, fuck off. Come on.
This one.
Wait. No. You fucking weirdo.
All right, sorry. This one, right? A folding bed.
Yeah, like that. Like a roll. It's called a rollaway bed. Yeah, like a cot. Yeah, rollaway bed. There you go. There you go. They bring those up if you ask them to. I'll sleep on one of those. I don't give a shit. I'll sleep on a couch, bro. I don't care.
Okay.
I can't believe they call a crib in England a fucking cot. It's called a crib.
Yeah, we call it a cot.
Oh, my
Dodger,
God.
Dodger, back me up, Dodger. Because all these people think I'm a freak. Come on, Dodger, back
I
me up.
believe you. I listen, I believe you, but it makes no fucking sense.
Dodger says, I got the flight, just need to grift accommodation. Everyone wants free
I'd
accommodation.
share a room with fucking Dodger. I'd split a room with Dodger.
Yeah, but who's paying? Because Dodger wants to, I think he's trying to get a freebie, same as everyone else.
We'll have to get fucking Mental Jock to fucking get a suite where me and Dodger and him can share a room, and I'll have to save some money and chip in or something. I'll have to get a big enough room for like 3 people or something.
All right, so how many of us are going to be in this bedroom, okay?
Apparently
in this room?
four, I guess. If you're coming, there'll be 4 of us, yeah.
Is that going to fit us?
Well, if we get a big enough room, it's like trying to shove 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
There you go.
All right, fair enough. All right, so okay.
We'll figure it out, man.
How much is the cheapest hotel room in New York City?
Oh, I don't know, but I wouldn't want to stay there. Unless you want to hang out with some fucking cockroaches.
What was the place called that Archie stayed in?
I don't know. It's like a hostel or something, isn't it? I can't remember the name of it.
8 something, right? Wasn't it called 8 something?
The chat will tell you. He loves that place. I can't remember the name of it.
Do you want to stay there? Like be close
No,
to
fuck no. You had to pay extra to get a bathroom in your fucking room. I'm not sharing a fucking bathroom.
Oh, the pod 51 or something, right?
Yeah, pod 51. That's it. Yeah, it's like Area 51, the fucking alien place. Yeah.
Pod 51.
Yeah, I'm good.
Here we go. Dodger. Yes, crib is a cot in English.
There, attaboy. See, Dodger's he's right in the middle. He goes.
No, he's saying what I said. He's basically saying what I said.
Yes, but he agrees that it's called a crib where I'm from. He didn't tell me I was crazy. So he's agreeing with both of us. Stop trying to make Dodger join your team.
Dodger the diplomat.
He is a diplomat. He's fucking right in the middle, bro. He's steady. Steady. He likes to coast. So I don't know, man. I don't know what hotels, I know it's expensive there, man. I don't know. We got
we
This
can
is
all,
fun.
we can. I think we can, if we all put $50 in, we can all.
No, more like 150 US.
Wait, per person per night?
Yeah, absolutely. If depending on what Jock wants to pay, if you're gonna get a room big enough for 4 fucking people, that's not a fucking crack house, then yeah, 150 per person. That's more than fair. Yeah, yeah. That's actually kind of cheap per person, really, in America.
That's
Yeah.
expensive.
No, so what? That's 4 people, 150 a piece. That's $600. Yeah, that's. I mean, if Jock pays that or more, so at a minimum, that's $600 for 4 people.
It's a lot
That's
of
like,
money.
yeah, it's a lot. Well, it's in New York, man. Now, you could stay somewhere nice, a lot cheaper than that somewhere else. But in New York, yeah.
Gangster Gary says £400 a night it costs
So,
me.
there you go. So that's what in
Yeah, but
America.
Gangster Gary stays in 5-star luxury. He doesn't stay in any other.
He's a fucking gangster, bro. What do you expect? He's not going to stay with the common people. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, a proper gangster will not will act like a normal person.
No, he's got to be fucking feared and respected, man. He walks down the street in the middle of the night with a fucking like a Rolex on. He doesn't give a fuck. He's fucking terrifying. He's terrifying.
Let me see. Let me Google gangster UK. Oh, gangster UK. Let's have a look. A gangster in the UK.
Yeah.
Old British gangster. Old British gangster.
Mm.
Oh. So this is something like this, right? Is this what something like this?
I mean, what? Yeah, that's like Peaky Blinders. I don't know.
I think he looks.
There you go down there. See the? Well, you missed it.
Oh shit!
No, that's okay.
I'll share it. I'll share it again.
Okay, there was a movie made about British gangsters. Tom Hardy played. Okay, see the picture right there to the. I'm pointing at the screen like
this one.
Yes. Okay, that's from the movie Legend, and Tom Hardy played both roles because the Craig brothers were real twin gangsters in the 60s, I do believe. There's a picture of the real ones right up above that to the left.
Yeah. The Craig brothers.
Yeah. See, so he put that. That's a really good fucking movie. But that's what a British gangster would have looked like. The Craig twins. Yeah, and they were fucking nuts. Like they killed people. They were crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's an interesting story for sure. The movie was really good. Tom Hardy did a hell of a job.
So should I add this to my list of movies to watch?
Yeah, man. It's based in London, and they did deals with American gangsters and shit at the time, and it's
a movie that I love is Lock, Stock,
and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's good. Have you ever seen The Boondock Saints? Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I haven't seen that one.
The Boondock Saints is a fucking great movie, but Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels is a good movie too. Yeah. That's what's the one with Brad Pitt where he boxes? He's like a crazy Irish motherfucker. What's that movie?
Is it Snatch? Is it called
Snatch?
Snatch?
Yeah, Snatch. That's a fucking great movie. Yeah, Snatch.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Oh fuck! All right, man. Hey, I'm gonna. Well, here I'll just turn my camera off so I can get ready and shit. I'll hang out with you for a little bit, but if someone else wants to jump on, man, because I'm gonna.
Yeah, the link is pinned, and guys, if anyone's able to, please consider a super chat. If you want your voice heard, you want to make a little bit of a helpful super chat, or you want us to talk about anything, please consider a super chat. It keeps the show alive. Keeps the show alive.
All right, man. I'll be here. Like I said, if I'm not talking, I'll be listening. Right. I'll hang out with you for a few. All right, brother.
No problem. One thing I did really bad today. I felt really bad. The kitten was running around the house like a maniac, zigzagging across the floor. I accidentally fucking stepped on its foot. I'm lucky it didn't fucking break its leg, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
She's okay. This is a problem with pets. They just zigzag around the room. They don't really care where you're gonna step. and it's difficult.
Hmm.
Luckily, she's okay.
Yeah.
Dodger's saying that a double tree hotel for 3 nights over £1,000. Fucking hell, it's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money. A lot of money. And Archie, I think Archie's going to Dubai in a few weeks. Hopefully, we'll see some sights and sounds of Dubai. Hopefully, Archie will take some footage and live streaming of Dubai. So that'd be pretty interesting. I think he might be going next. I think it's going next month. I think it's middle or the end of the month. So we got that to look forward to. Archie Luxury in Dubai. I don't know if Mental Jock will be meeting up with our good old Archibald, because Mental Jock's in a different city. But, yeah. Be interesting to see what Archie thinks of Dubai. I don't think he's ever been there before. I really like Dubai. I've been there a couple of times. I think it's absolutely epic city. Very expensive though. Hotels are quite cheap. Car rentals are quite cheap, but you just feel poor. You just feel very poor because a lot of people there's money everywhere. Same with London. If you go to London, you feel poor because there's so much money flowing around London. I suppose that's a good thing about like where you live. You're not in the big cities, so if you're in the big cities, you just feel fucking poor when everyone's throwing money around left, right, and center. JB says, thanks for both shows today and allowing me on. Hey, no worries. You can come on anytime you want. You don't have to thank me. You can come anytime you want. You are welcome in the Archieverse. We love the JB. Mental Truck says, remember, I'm poor. Lux as per Archie. Okay, no worries. No worries.
Yeah.
Fuck, this cat is tickling me.
You have no idea how fucking far money goes, like where I live. Like if I showed you what kind of house you could get here for 300 grand, you would shit. I'm talking like a huge house, like with a big piece of land for that kind of money here. Like, I mean, 300 grand in New York or Dubai probably wouldn't get you that much.
Are you able to say the state that you're in or anything?
You already know where I'm at. I'm in Ohio.
Ohio.
I'm in Jackson. You look it up. Jackson County, Ohio.
Okay. Let me see. I'll do some property searches.
Yeah, there's a house that went on sale the other day. I saw it on Facebook. They wanted $635,000 for this house, and it had a fucking theater room in the house, had a swimming pool out back. It had a 5-car fucking garage, like separate from the house, like a giant garage with a concrete floor where you could put a car lift in it if you wanted to. I mean, you could park, way more than 5 cars in this garage. It had like 5 garage doors. Plus a big chunk of land that went with this house, and it was listed at under $1 million for like, if you saw everything that you got for that amount of money, it was unbelievable. And that's just normal here.
So how much would a cheap house be there?
A cheap house, you can, I mean, fuck dude, I built this 1-bedroom house where I live. It was like about 50 grand worth of materials. It's like $50,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about the land? Just because the materials cost 50 grand, what about the land?
You can get land here pretty cheap, dude. You can get a couple acres here for not a whole lot. It just depends on the location, like anywhere else. But yeah, it doesn't matter in any scenario. It's pretty cheap and respectable, as far as like to live here. Like you can get a lot for your money here. You really can.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So.
What about if I wanted? What's the cheapest? What would you say the cheapest home you could find? If you just wanted a roof over your head, could I get a roof over my head for $50,000?
Oh yeah. You could let me put it to you this way. So for let me see. Okay, so for $500 a month, American money, for $500 a month, you can rent a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Not an apartment, a house here for $500 a month.
500 a month, 2-bedroom house.
Yeah, 2-bedroom house for $500 a month here.
Still pretty expensive.
No.
I'm googling now. Ohio property. Let's have a look. Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me have a look. Shit. Maximum. I'm gonna put maximum $100,000. Let's have a look. Share the screen. Share. Let's have a look. Ohio. 100,000, maximum $100,000. Oh, the Whiskey Reaper says Ohio is cheap. Nobody wants to live there. Isn't that a good thing, though? If nobody wants to live there, because it means you got the rest of the place for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got $88,000 for a 4-bedroom, 1,370 square foot.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look like a 4-bedroom. Oh, it's falling apart. The place is falling apart. No wonder it's $88,000. Oh no, it's yeah. It needs some work. It needs a lot of fucking work. The place is falling apart. 31,000. These look like haunted houses. These look like houses from like horror movies.
Uh-huh.
Is this what a typical house would look like a horror movie house?
No.
Do you think there's any ghosts in this house?
I don't know.
It looks a bit creepy.
Yeah.
$31,800. 3-bedroom, 1,459 square feet. It looks. Oh yeah, it needs a lot of work. The place is derelict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. $55,000, 4-bedroom. That looks really.
I'll show you something. Hang on a minute. Let me finish what I'm doing.
All right. This one looks really nice. $55,000 US, 4-bedroom, 2,000 square feet. It's 3 floors, ground, first, and second, and it looks all right inside. Actually, looks all right. It looks a bit messy, but it looks doable. $55,000.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just cosmetic. This looks cosmetic. Cosmetic damage. A few holes in the wall. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheap. I'm thinking either okay. I think either Ohio or Wyoming, because our good friend in Wyoming has told me I should go to Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're. I don't know.
Do you think Wyoming is a cheap place to live?
I don't think it's as cheap as Ohio, but it's probably cheaper than New York. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, let me go get my phone, and I'm going to show you that that house for $600,000. You can look it up on there. I'll give you the address because it should be listed on the MLS.
Okay. Okay. Let me have a look at the chat. See what's going on in the chat. 521 Taipei says it's probably in the ghetto, Lux.
No,
yeah,
not really.
But it's okay. We got Gangster Gary to sort out the thugs, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, but you have to remember, this isn't the city where I live. This is like the country. So there's not really what you would call a ghetto here.
Oh, look at this one. $20,000. That's really cheap. 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1,344 square feet.
Yeah,
$20,000. Oh shit! It's falling apart. It's holes in the walls. It's all fucked. Yeah, fuck no. That looks shit. Nah, forget that.
All right, let me see if I can find this house again. I remember the guy's name that made the Facebook post. Hang on a second.
No worries.
You got to
No
see this
worries.
fucking house. You got to see this house. Wait a minute. Was that it? No. Wait, maybe it's his brother. Hang on. Okay, maybe it's this. Just a minute. Open house. Is this it? Wait a minute. So this is the right person. Okay, here we go. Okay. Wait, okay. So type in, here's what I want you to type in. Okay, type in house for sale, and then I'm going to give you the address, okay?
Okay.
Just tell me when you're ready.
Okay, one second.
Okay. This is listen to this. This is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,500 square foot house with 3,000 acres. 2 cars.
House for sale. Yes.
Okay. House for sale, 216 Patrick Avenue, Jackson, Ohio. 216 Patrick Avenue, Jackson, Ohio. This place is unbelievable.
Patrick Avenue. Okay, I found it.
Okay, let me see, and I'll tell you immediately.
$650,000.
Yes, that's it. Show it.
All right, 1 second.
Okay, you look now. Yeah, get a close up of the house. I mean, or the photos. See all photos. Okay. Look.
The photos are shit. The photos are shit.
I know. Yeah. But look. Okay. Look at you. Get all that land. All that.
Yeah.
Plus the house. Plus that giant garage. It's got. There you go. It's got a pool out back. Wait till you see some photos of the inside of the house. It's nice.
Yeah, that looks all right.
It's got a media room. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of house you can get here for under. I mean, you can get all that for $600,000 here. And that's a fresh build. That house just got built not that long ago. It's not even that old.
I still think it's expensive, though. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but look at how big it is. I mean, it's a 5-bedroom house.
Okay.
But wait till you see the photos of the garage. I mean, the garage has shitloads of room in it. There's a media room downstairs. I know there's a photo of that somewhere. There you go. Big bathtub, big jacuzzi tub with the jets. Look at that, man.
Yeah, I just think it's too much money because I've just been looking at houses for $20,000. So it doesn't really blow my socks off.
No, I'm just trying to give you an example. There's the media room right there. But I'm just trying to give you an example of what you can get for close to $1 million here versus a lot of other places in the United States. Like you couldn't get a fucking house that big with 3,000 acres attached to it. That's a lot of land. 3,000 acres. Yeah. For that kind of money, like plus a big garage, plus a pool, like it's a lot of bang for the buck, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, see, look at that, man. Look at that. You could entertain out back there. You could fucking throw parties and shit. You got a fire pit. I mean, nice.
So would you say this is your dream house? You would live a house like this, right?
I mean, I would live there. It's not. I wouldn't call it my dream house. There's the garage. Look at the size of that fucking garage. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's bigger than most people's fucking houses, dude. I mean, you could park anything you want in there. He's got a brand new Corvette sitting right there.
He could put in a little airplane.
Yeah, probably. Look at zoom in on that. Look at the size of that fucking Dodge truck. Look at that big bastard.
Well, that's humongous.
Truck. Yeah. So that's not bad, man. Not bad for the money.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, not for $650,000 when you get the garage, the house, the land, all that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got Mike the Snake. Hey, Mikey, is that the real Mike the Snake?
I don't know. Is it?
I I don't think it is. I don't think that's the real Mike the Snake.
Yeah, it's my doppelganger.
That's too handsome to be the real Mike the Snake. He's too good looking.
Hey,
He's
Mikey.
got his hair all combed and shit. That's not the real Mike.
Yeah, Mikey, your hair looks good, man.
Oh, come on, dude.
Holy shit.
There you go.
There, that's better.
There you go.
You look good, man. I like this new haircut. I like it.
Yeah,
Good,
he's
man.
fucking Don Johnson, bro. He's Don Johnson.
I'm kind of liking it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you look good, man. You look good. I like it.
Well, good. Hey, now that Mikey's here, man, I didn't want to leave you alone, but now I can go get ready.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, I was just hanging out with Lux, Mikey. I'm gonna let you and him talk so I can go get ready, brother. Okay.
All righty, Jax. I jumped on to talk to you for a little while, but it's all good.
Well, I'm gonna mute myself. I'll let you guys talk, and then I'll come back. Okay.
All right, I only got a few minutes anyway, so but yeah, no worries.
All right, I'll holler at you before you leave. All right, go ahead, boys. All right, how about it?
What's up, Lux?
Hey, Mikey, how's it going? Long time no speak.
Yeah.
Hope everything's good in your world.
You were on Archie's last yesterday, right? Or are you just running dungeons now?
I was on the Archie Luxy show.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I get mixed up. I don't know who's running what show, and Archie goes away and has you I think running his show, but then like he's been kind of active lately. Even though he's still in Bangers, right?
Yeah, he's still in Bangkok. He's still in Bangkok.
Yeah.
What do we have to do to get Mike the Snake to Bangkok?
I don't want to go to Bangkok right now.
I mean, in the future, not right now.
In the future, I will happily go. And I can probably just hitch a ride with my brother on one of his business trips.
Will you come with Ross Rachel Brady as well? Because we're thinking about getting him there as well.
Yeah, I will go anywhere on this earth with Ross Rachel Brady. I love that man.
Would you share a hotel room with him?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Without hesitation.
Nice. Did you know that Marcelo shared a room with Dodger and Mental Jock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
I
crazy
think they would be more difficult to room with than Ross Rachel Brady would be. It would be my guess. Dodger and Mental are both totally cool people, but I think they're both, a little more cemented in their ways and their thinking. And so, let's say you have a disagreement or one person likes things done this way or likes to, go to bed at this time or something like that, they're going to hold their lines a little harder. Whereas I would suspect that Ross is just more open-minded and probably more accommodating, more easy to get along with. And probably just, would be cool with whatever. But
Marshmallow was a handful, right? You know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't room with Marcelo. His voice is just so obnoxious. I would kill him. I would kill him just because of his voice, not because of what he said.
We got Curly's in the house. Hey, Curly.
Hi, Luxy. Hey, Mike.
How's it going?
Hey, Jax. Did you just say you would kill somebody?
I was joking. I would theoretically.
Luxy Poo.
Yeah.
I need to ask you something. How much time do you have on your hands?
Maybe 15 minutes.
That's it?
It's like 2:30 in the morning my time.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
All right, so you don't mind if I schedule a dungeon, do you?
Oh no! You go ahead.
Luxy Poo, you're. I mean, I don't expect you to know, but I mean, you know what framing is. You know what framing is. A narrative that somebody's framing. You know what that means?
I can have a guess, but I
You know how
don't know exactly.
Narc started framing a narrative, and he came back for those 2 or 3 days of,
Yeah.
when everything was popping and all the fucking drama was happening, and
Yeah.
our audience was all fucking glued to the Gonzo streaming and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
bandwagon jumping. You know what I?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he started a narrative against Archie,
Okay.
and now that narrative has shifted over to you. I know you probably don't know what's going on, but I
Are you
thought
talking about a
maybe
narrative of
you're a
on
prostitute. Yeah.
on super chat and shit like that?
Yeah, like Archie's, like like Archie. Archie basically, well, I mean, you can't blame Narc. You can't blame other people. You got to blame Archie because Archie framed it, and there's other people running with it. So I just thought I'd do a little introspective until the main show starts. Instead of this gobbledygook about kumbaya and just fucking brushing it under the rug. So right now, you want to hear what the narrative is or no?
Yeah, for sure.
The narrative is that you had that the wedding was fake. You didn't
Okay.
produce a wedding ring at the ceremony. It was a money grab. And Archie got pissed off at you because you reaped more benefits from the full wedding than Archie did. And I mean, there's people covering this. There's actually going to be a live stream starting in a little bit with Higgy and OC. They're going to say it's Watch Talk, but
Okay.
you didn't do yourself any favors by doing this whole comrade rag thing. So now, did you notice that Hoff jumped on the morning show with you and was asking, "What's the origins of Lux?" You remember?
Oh
that
yeah.
show?
Yeah.
So there's this underlying, and I don't want to interrupt Zoo Talk or Shed Talk or
It's
Pet
cool.
Talk
It's
or
just a chilled out,
fucking
chilled out
cleaning
session.
talk or Ohio
it's
Talk,
no
but
problem.
I don't want the people that are framing it. I mean, so far this morning and last night, you've had all these people that are running with this framed narrative that somebody started, Luxy Poo. Mike, you okay? Am I confusing you?
No.
So all I'm saying is that the punters have this this undermining narrative, but nobody seems to be bringing it up. It's like, this one time at band camp talk. So I was wondering if you had some time and we could go through this, since seems like you're the target of it. This is not coming from me, Lux, because like I said, I'll show you the clips of the people saying this stuff.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
So that's up to you. I mean, I have to play clips. I don't want to do it on the main show. I'll do it on the dungeon. So I didn't want to interrupt or take over the show or anything like that. But I report on drama, Luxy Poo.
Yeah,
I report on drama.
Cool.
So what do you think?
I'm
You want to
happy
go through it a little bit?
I can talk to you for 10 minutes, no problem.
I mean, what the fuck? I mean, why are we going to let these people? I mean, these are people, even though it's small segments of our audience, but it's influential people of our audience that they're saying this to, and we have them agreeing. I mean, you did see Jamie on Crappie's show basically regretting his behavior in Thailand. I mean, this is a guy who went to Thailand.
I haven't seen that. I don't watch crappy shows, so I haven't.
Well,
seen that.
see, that's the problem. Our audience does. Some of our audience does, and and Lux, and Tim Wright. So, but the thing is, like I said, I mean, didn't you find it odd that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hoff just started asking you questions of what's the origins of Lux? Do you think there was reasoning behind it?
I don't know. I didn't know if there was anything behind it. I thought he was just asking.
Well, when's the last time that he ever asked you that? When's the last time anybody asked you that?
Every so randomly, often people might ask me once every like 3 months or something. I was just thinking.
I mean, Lux, did you have any photo? I know you didn't want to live stream, but did you have any photographs? I mean, basically the guys that came to I'm just talking openly here, just so you know. I mean, this is okay. I'm not making you a target or anything. I mean, I'm not talking about polo shirts and being overweight and all that stuff. That's for nonsense, right? Hey, JBJB. So what I'm asking is that there's this question. Okay, did Lux have at the ceremony with the groomsmen at the table? Did he take any pictures besides the guy making, the water pitchers? Was there a presentation of a wedding ring? And
Well, my
everybody's like,
wife was wearing her wedding ring, if that's what you mean.
well, no, because there was on Marcelo's channel, there were actually pictures brought up, and nobody had a wedding ring. So, anyways, there's this framing narrative that's continued now to other channels going on.
Because you do understand the difference between a registry office and a proper, traditional.
No, wedding reception dinner.
Yeah, we had basically a celebration of the marriage, right?
Right.
Which we already signed in the government buildings. And I've already shown the people.
I understand that, but it was all. See, this whole thing seems like the narrative is that it was all like cloak and dagger stuff. And Archie was pissed off because it seems like he was pissed at you for getting the better end of the deal.
Things and make
and just because the video was made private, that doesn't mean that it's not on Twitter X right now. And it was dissected this morning with some influential people from the Archieverse in the audience. Look, so all I'm doing is I'm letting you know what the underlying narrative is.
People can twist stuff and turn things, and that's what they've always done with me. People have always.
Yeah, but Lux, don't you think that a response is in order? I mean, even if it doesn't come from you.
I mean, what?
I was thrown in there too, Lux. I'm brainwashing people like Marcelo, and
who are we talking about, dude? Who are we talking about?
Well, I mean, hey, JB. If you want to watch, you could watch, or you could go on a trip down the pet shop lane. I can't play the clips here. I got them all ready here. I mean, I could give you a little sample of the people. We've had Crappie ran with the narrative. Did you see Jamie on Crappie's channel regretting his behavior?
Yeah,
he was remorseful, very remorseful, and that there's actually people speaking behind the scenes to see what we could do with the Ross Rachel Brady situation.
Well, that's just stupid, obviously.
Well, but that's the narrative.
What are they discussing about Ross?
His behavior and his degenerate sexual exhibitionist. He's a sexual exhibitionist.
I don't think anything should be done. I think he should be left alone and let.
But it's a little different when there's a guy on the panel being manipulated and being remorseful about his behavior. I mean, this is not going in. See, dude? What?
What guy are you talking about?
Jamie Appian. Jamie Appian. No, I'm not bashful at all. I covered a little bit. I covered a little bit. Didn't you see Jamie in his sensitive, vulnerable state, regretting his behavior?
He doesn't need to apologize to anybody for anything. He had fun in Bangers, and he was having fun drinking. And when you're drunk, you always do shit and say shit that you're.
But Mikey, he's devastated by his behavior.
Well, I feel bad about that. I don't think he should. I think he life happens. You go through life. You put your foot in your mouth. You take it out, and life goes on. Right? If you spend your time like looking back and regretting what you did.
Mike, you just did the same thing the other day on the dungeon that you wish you never fucking said certain things because people. You seem to think people go after you, but actually, when you put yourself on display, when you say your words on these streams, people have a right to interpret it the way they want. It's not an attack. It's not somebody going after you because you're a man of stature, Mike. Anytime you become a panelist and you put yourself on the, on the altar of the Archieverse.
Put yourself out there for.
Yeah, exactly, Mikey. So that it's an attitude. It's a little bit of an attitude change that has to be done because people are taking this stuff very personally when it doesn't have to be. When you could turn around and actually make it pretty funny. Why are we going to be outsmarted by the actual haters that are in the Archieverse are the people who are obsessed with people having fun in the Archieverse. You see what I'm saying? And you can't let them change the hearts and minds of the people that have fun in our audience just because everybody's oblivious of their narratives. But the people that they're speaking these narratives to, they're kind of influential in the Archieverse. I mean, Patrick Philippe, Look at G Godwin. G Godwin knows what I'm talking about.
So I spoke to Jamie yesterday afternoon in my time zone afternoon, and he said he was foggy and he didn't mention anything. However, I did see your show earlier that day or earlier in my time zone that morning, and I heard and I saw what he was saying. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you.
Well, no, hey, listen, Jamie can express. Jamie did a little self-reflecting, and maybe he got carried away because he's with the boys. But we can't have the person that's needling him and guiding him into this state of sensitivity and remorse and regret. We can't have that guy win the narrative battle, JB.
I agree.
I mean, we can sit here and fucking talk about mumbo jumbo, but the little ants that are slivering, that are trying to attack our little colony, they're always in the background. They're always doing this stuff, So that's all.
Yeah.
What is the Ross Rachel Brady situation that we have? Ross Rachel Brady.
I don't know, but one thing I have noticed is Ross has been absent the last week.
Yeah, this is like the second time this month that this has happened. Now, now if we wanted to not be courteous and polite, maybe we could open up the can of worms. And do we really want to describe how we perceive people that come on the panel? I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to say that about Ross Rachel Brady. Have you ever seen? Ross Rachel Brady's got his own channel. Have you ever seen any of Ross Rachel Brady's videos where he explains why he does what he does on the Archieverse streams?
Yeah, I love Ross. I mean, I think he does a great job. I mean, I think, I've never said anything negative about Ross. However, I do think we could do it more tactfully, if you will.
Yeah.
And
Corbin is saying, Mike, I criticized Ross before. Now you pretend like Ross is perfectly okay. I don't think I've ever criticized Ross, but I did.
It's okay. It's okay to criticize it. It's okay.
Advice,
look, if we, Mike. Some of us. So with you, it's a little bit different too, because you've noticed. You've said you worked at a porn shop. You've been experiencing different types of things. Curly has been experiencing different types of things.
Sure.
For some of us, this is new stuff, but we appreciate it as well. Like, I love Ross. I think he does a great job for jumping on, et cetera. So it's okay, Mike. When you
goes a little too far, at times. I won't argue.
I don't think. You know what? I don't. Here's the deal.
Criticizing him, but when that camera goes just a little too low, that's just it's not just
listen,
me.
we have guardrails. We have guardrails in place. No, listen, Mike, it's not your job. We have guardrails in place. If he goes below the guardrails, then someone will do something about it. Whether it's deleting,
all you have
deleting
to
or
tell,
making a members only.
Tell Ross Rachel Brady, hey, bring up the camera, and he doesn't. You tell him to put on a shirt, he does it.
We have guardrails.
Ross Rachel Brady was invited and asked to come on the stream when Jamie was on there. Jamie was flirting with Ross Rachel Brady. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. And I spoke to him about this.
We live vicariously through Ross Rachel Brady.
I spoke to him. And you know what? I'm not that way. However, I can appreciate the comedy and the entertainment.
Come on, JB. Tell me JB. In all the years, whether fucking sober or not, you haven't fucking dreamed about fucking sucking a cock every now and then? What it would be
swear to God, never in my fucking
Come
life,
on,
ever.
You fucking guys
I'm
are
just
so.
Come
you. On.
Well, you can listen.
Come on.
Why
would we want to look at a big fucking man child? You ever hear Narc when he explained how fucking he self-reflected when he was watching Archie eat a brisket that it was sensual? Come on.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because
you never wanted to put a couple of nipple clamps on?
Jamie did say no, but Jamie did say that Lux was very sensitive in a sexual way. I saw that live. So no, I have never felt that way. However, I can appreciate the comedy in all this. I mean, it's no different than. It's no different. It's no different than Kevin Hart or any
this
Mike
is our little soap
name all the comedians.
This is
that
our
make fun of
soap
stuff.
opera. This
There's
is a
nothing wrong with
sausage
that, dude.
Sausage fest
Yeah.
soap opera. Nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
it.
with that. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
But you
Do
have
I
to identify
dream
who
about?
the,
No,
who the
I don't.
real
But I
hate
can
channels
appreciate the
are.
comedy.
Hey,
Well, no doubt. No doubt.
Luxy
Those are the
Poo,
ones
Luxy
that
Poo.
can't appreciate the comedy.
Yeah.
I'm burning the candle here. Tommy could set up the link. I want to play clips, but I can't do it on the main show. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want me to set up a show for you? Is that what you
No,
want
no,
me
no.
to do?
I'm gonna set up a dungeon. But the first this I just want to show you, give you an example, so you don't think that this is pick on Lux or attacking Lux. I want to give you an example of what happened this morning. The audience members that were on the show this morning, the private stream. I mean, it's not private to us because we have access to it, but the private stream that is now on Twitter X for some reason. And I want to show you a person, and he's not the only one that was framing a narrative and an analysis.
Well, Curly, here's the problem sometimes.
But he was doing it to influential people, including even our own CEO was in the audience.
Well,
Luxy
Curly,
Poo.
here's the problem sometimes. We are naive as an audience.
I'm not.
And
I'm not.
Well, hold on. I know. That's what I'm about to say. Some of you have more intel information that allows you to have a different perspective on the different narratives. And the audience, and I do believe this, it's your job, right? Not only you, but others that have that information to bring us along. So bring us along. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I can't do it on the main show because
No, I get it. On the main show, I
Luxy
understand.
does have a good point that some material is appropriate for the dungeon and not the main show. So
I agree with that.
Really all I wanted to come on here was to ask because I have no way of communicating with Luxy Poo. Is say, Luxy Poo, I want to schedule a dungeon. It'll get linked over, and then if you could come on, let's do, because it was basically interview with a prostitute. Who's the prostitute? Who's the pimp? Are we all pimps that pay?
Who sold the golf cart?
And panel members as prostitutes? Are we, JB, are you a prostitute for being on the panel? Is Luxy Poo a prostitute? Am I a prostitute?
Who knows nowadays? Who the fuck knows?
Well, this is an open discussion.
This is my thing. Like, look, I stay away from the main shows because I think the main shows are a little too serious for me at this point. I try to stay
the main
with,
show is the pivot. Like kumbaya, let's do watch talk. There's nothing brewing in the background. In the meantime, you had all out boycott requests, no more super chats. I mean, Luxy Poo, you had a phenomenal role going for a couple of days on the morning show. Don't you feel a change lately in the last 2 or 3 shows?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that happens? I mean, why do you think that happens, Luxy Poo? Because there are people who, no matter what they want to say, they're not. No, hey, Luxy. No matter what they want to say, they sprungboard off this platform. They are part of the Archieverse, but they're the dark side of the Archieverse. They are the hateful side of the Archieverse. They're the side of the Archieverse that wants.
I don't want to be a part of the hate and shit. I just want to have fun. You know.
No, but it's not you. See, but that's Luxy Poo, putting your head in the fucking sand like an ostrich.
I'm not putting my head in the sand. People twist and turn and say.
No. What Curly is saying is you have to understand what's going on around you.
They can only do it if you let them get away with it, Luxy Poo.
Right.
So what do I do about it?
Well,
join me on the dungeon, and I'll show you what the players are. And
4 in the morning, I need to get some sleep.
All right, go then. Well, then sit in the truck and let fucking Curly take care of it then.
Well, I'm just saying it's 2:40 in the morning.
I know, Luxy Poo. Doesn't matter.
Dude, do what I do. I don't watch the main show all the time. I watch it the next day. So go to sleep and watch the Curly show the next day.
Whether you're there or not, I'm gonna roll through it because there's people that are obsessed with the Archieverse. They're obsessed with proving that this is nothing but a grift fucking channel. But the thing is that this is the original OG, and Archie's never lied. I mean, how would people talk about Archie being a prostitute, you being a prostitute, all the panelists here being prostitutes, us being a cult? How would they frame it if Archie wasn't open and honest about it? Does he hide about it? Does he hide his intentions? No, he's open and honest. There's value in that, Lux. There's value and entertainment in that.
Do you know how many weeks you have to be subscribed to our friend before you can chat now?
Oh, it does. It. Listen, he is not the problem. Nothing is the problem. The problem is that nobody wants to respond. If you don't know what's going on, you can't respond.
You can't even respond. You can't even say anything unless you've been a member for 4 weeks.
You had that? You were playing that video of the people riding the elephants, and there was a beautiful fucking white ass in the thong, and you cut it off right away. What the fuck? That was the best part of your presentation, and you cut it off. You got nervous. I wanted to see that fucking thong, that beautiful ass, get up on top of a big elephant. Best part about it, and you fucking cut it off. You got fucking parakeets.
I can bring it back if you want me to.
I mean, you go to a pet store where basically you could either take it home as a pet or fucking take it next door and get it deep fried. And the best part with that fucking beautiful, perfect ass in the thong, and you cut it off right away, like whoop. We want to see her mounting an elephant, Luxy Poo. All right, I'm gonna schedule. How much time do you need, Luxy?
Super chat. I'll bring that shit up. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, see, Luxy, that's such a prostitute comment you just made. Throw me $1, dude. Put $1 in my G-string.
You know what the funny part is? I've had the most honest conversations with Lux today. It might not have been the most entertaining, but it's just bench park. It's just we're talking shit with each other. Like
bench park,
whatever. Yeah, exactly.
This one time at band camp. This one time, JB at band camp.
Yeah, absolutely, right. But you know what I mean with that because super chats influence certain things, and so there's no super chat. So why the fuck do anything different?
And that's what Archie's always said. If you super chat, you can change the narrative. You can talk about this. You can stop me and tell me.
I start to get certain things, and this is not. People start right away. Oh, you're simping. No, it's not simping. It's if you relate enough, you have your own thoughts and processes, right? And you see things.
I'm getting a headache. When do you want me to? When can I schedule this for?
Now. I need to go. I need to get some sleep. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning.
All right. I'll schedule it for. How much time do you need to wrap up? Tell me. I don't want to put pressure on you, so just tell me. And I already got it set up.
7:45. He's got 3 minutes to read any super chats he had.
Well, he's got one. I mean, hey, look, I don't judge it by. I don't judge it by that.
7:45.
I don't judge it by that. I want payback, Lux. I'm looking for some fucking payback. I only got a little bit of time this afternoon. I want payback. Look at. What's up? Hey, Patel. So the framing that was done on this morning on the world. I guess the watch reporter is back in business because the fucking our watch reaper didn't want to play along with us, so he's lost his throne again. And the guy that's come back and gotten took in the mantle again of the worldwide watch reporter. He's back in the news business, Patel. Patel, I know you were in the audience, Patel. What'd you think about his presentation about prostitutes, pimps, and enablers? What'd you think, Tan? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna schedule it now. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll schedule it now, Luxy Poo.
All right, cool. No worries. And we got a very kind super chat from the Dodger 10 Polish Lazotto, I think it's pronounced. It says, "Love my curly whirly." Thank you, Dodger. Thank you so much for the support. And Curly is setting up a dungeon. Is getting it scheduled. Is in the module.
I'm gonna head out. Before I head out, though, Lux, I would say there's the constant and there's the flash in the pan. Do you know what I'm saying? So there you go. The constant and the flash in the pan.
Fair enough.
See ya.
Cheers, JB. Thank you so much. Mikey, are you still around, Mikey? I don't know if he's still around. He's on mute. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the super chats. We had the conductor, $2 US, and we had the Dodger, 10 Polish Lazotto, I think it's pronounced. Okay, Patel Philippe says he's going to link it up. He's got the keys. He can link. There we go. We're doing nearly a 3-hour show. It was chilled out, chilled in the Archieverse. Yeah, no worries. Still waiting for Curly's setup. No problem. It's all good. I'll keep going for a couple of minutes. Yeah, I've heard stuff in of people, rumors of this and rumors of that, and narratives of this and narratives of that. I mean, dude, people twist and turn and call me all these names, but what can I do? I mean, what can I do? If they want to accuse me of this or accuse me of that, I mean, what can I do? That's what they do. So there we go. What else is going on in the chat? What else is happening? We got the pasta. Oh, guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed today's little session. We got 60 people in the house. Smash the thumbs up. Show a little bit of support. Click on the thumbs up if you enjoyed the little chilled out session. Thank you so much. Exactly what Pavel says. We can only try our best, Lux. We can only try our best. Patel Philippe says, Lux, we're all set. Thanks for the 3-hour show. Thank you, Patel Philippe. Thank you. All right, so it seems we're all set up. Let me just double check. Horology Dungeon. There we go. Okay, cool. So it's gonna be running. All right, so we'll Patel Philippe, 2:45 a.m. Luxy Poo burning the midnight oil. Indeed. I need to get some rest. I need to get some sleep, get my beauty sleep, and I'll be back tomorrow. Back on the streams tomorrow. All right, I'll play a outro, and we'll head over to the dungeon. So Curly's going to be on the dungeon, and you guys can check it out. So I think he'll be there in about 2 minutes. So let's do a little 2-minute outro just to make sure we all link up correctly. Here we go. See you over at the dungeon, boys. Cheers.